Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tombs of Scoria. How are you guys doing today? Mr. Lucas, what is going on in the Sunshine State?
Doing fantastic. Nothing's really going on. Moved my setup in my room, so it's getting a little hot, but overall, I like it more.
Mm. What about you, Nicholas? How is your personalized streaming room holding up?
Yeah, I've been in touch with a handyman today about trying to get it decorated. Gonna get this radiator moved behind me.
Uh, That way you can be a proper John Oliver and just exist in a blank gray void.
Well, maybe I'll paint it a different color. Get some new lighting. I don't know. I mean, I've told you before, Neil, about the light bulbs that are impossible to remove from the
We
casing.
have talked about these crazy light bulbs you have.
So I need to redecorate the whole entire room just so I can replace the light bulb. So yeah.
Man, if only you knew someone who was like in charge of interior decorating or somehow involved in that industry. Wouldn't that be really
She's got no idea, mate. No chance. I've tried.
You're not gonna what?
I've had because I've been having work done all over the house. Every time a random workman is in the house for whatever, I give it to him and be like, "How the fuck do you open this?" And no one can open it.
Just
It's
break
impossible.
No, I
It
just
cannot be broken. It's made out of fucking steel or something. It's crazy.
I just meant you could have your interior decorator help you decorate your room.
Oh
Not
yeah,
fix-
yeah. She's more of an ideas person than a get your hands dirty.
And what's happening in SoCal?
Same old. We're just Californian out. I'm in my new apartment. I got a big background. I've got an air conditioner, so I'm gonna be less grumpy, hopefully. And yeah,
Yeah, that's what
How
was
you
keeping you
enjoying
grumpy.
that was keeping me grumpy. It
California.
was hot as fuck all the fucking time, but I'm living like a normal human being.
Nice.
Has California grown on you, or are you still pining for those days in the Mideast?
The Midwest. Let's go on
Midwest,
Midwest.
yeah. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm in Huntington Beach now, and the area's a lot nicer. LA is a disgusting place. I'm just not a big fan of it. Or at least in the areas that I've been in. But down here in Huntington Beach is a bit nicer. But I'm happy that I have an apartment with an air conditioner now, right?
Is that further south in LA?
Is that what?
Beach?
Yeah, Huntington Beach
South.
is like an hour south, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Well, where did we leave off last?
We just killed
We-
Cassandra.
I think we'd brought the whole halfling village up. They desecrated all the grounds, and we'd waited 2 days, and I don't think anything respawned.
Yeah, we were doing
Oh, I
XP
guess
actually.
the Halfling Village gets to split XP with you guys.
Oh no, no.
If she's dead, yeah, I'll take it. Well, no,
Oh,
because
for
we killed her
realsies.
on our own the first. Oh, we killed her on our own the first time. You said if we killed her a million times, we'd only get XP once. So we kill her on our own the first time, and then 30 people kill her the second time. We should get XP for the first time. Yeah, that sounds good.
We should get 3/4 in that case.
Anyway, yeah.
Where are you?
We killed her twice. Well, we killed her once. Then we went back to the house. We slew the other 2 vampires she had there. We found the knight that she charmed, which we used to dispel magic scroll to break the charm and sort of have her. Once we explained to her the situation, she could see the half-dead halflings all around the house who'd been fed on by vampires, and she helped us find them, kill them, and sort of showed us to the library where all the magic items were. Showed us to the rose garden in the back of the house where she conveniently goes for a walk early every morning and every night. And we thought we were all good. We were sleeping in the house. We were getting ready to leave the next day when we were attacked in the middle of the night by Cassandra, who'd reformed. We managed to burn all our candles again to finish her off one last time, but she's escaped again. She's probably going to reform. Our candles are running extremely low. If we have to fight her again, we're probably fucked. So
We have 1 inch left on every candle. Also, to be clear, I think we killed 3 vampires, right?
yeah.
We killed
Yes.
2 in the room, and then we killed 1 in like a misty form, and Cassandra. So 4, 3 or 4. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think we're gonna sleep for the rest of the night, so I can get spells. or we'll do
Is that what we're gonna
watches.
do?
I think we need to start.
I mean, we have to.
Maybe you need to sleep.
You can
but
sleep,
I think
yeah.
the rest of us, we should get to work straight away on digging up the garden.
Or we should send for help for the halflings
What, send for more halflings to come up and help?
to come up and help dig.
dig it up.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are farmers, dude. These guys probably excel at digging, right?
Well, let's
gonna
talk
be-
about digging rates.
Okay.
One trained grave digger can dig a 6-foot grave in about 5 to 6 hours. It would take 2 untrained grave diggers about 8 to 10 hours to do the same amount of work. So for you guys to like really dig up this back garden is going to be like a multi-day process. You're just not going to be able to get very deep down.
Okay, we don't need to dig. Yeah, I don't think we need to dig 6 foot though, because the coffins were only about 3 foot, right? They were only about 3 foot down when we first took them up the first time.
Sure, but when you dig a grave, you dig a 3-foot pit, but it's just right here. If you're trying to dig up a 3-foot pit throughout a whole garden, let's just talk about the area of dirt being moved. That's only half a grave is 3 feet down. So if you want to dig up a whole garden to 3 feet of depth, the 2 of you are gonna be out there at least for a full day and a half. And if
no, but it's not just the 2 of us. But it's not just the 2 of us. There's the 2 of us. There's the knight, and there's the other halflings that are here now that we've sort of rescued.
The ones that are basically dead and dying, from malnutrition and blood loss. They're not going to help you dig.
Wait. What? Hold on. What am I missing? Why can't we just go back to the village and ask them for help?
Oh, you.
Or I'm asking Nick. Is there a reason?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I guess we can, but it's not like a 20-minute jaunt down the road to the village, is it? It's like a few hours.
Is it a few hours? How long was it?
Miles, and it's raining and dark right now.
Yeah, and then once we get there, then we've got to convince the halflings that the nice woman up north is actually a vampire, and they need to come like right this instant to help us dig the graves up. I feel like we might spend time going down there and struggle to get anyone to come and help us.
The convincing part, I think, is easy. I can take care of that if you think it's going to be too hard. I think that there's a lot of people that know there's weird shit that's been going on. That was like the kind of feeling that I got. And then we've got this lady knight, which I'm sure people are somewhat familiar with because it's not like she was hidden. This is like a lady of the castle or whatever. We've got like people that we're bringing back that have vampire wounds on them. It feels like we could garner up support. I guess like here's the main thing. Here's the most important thing. How long did it take Cassandra to come back? Do we know the answer to that?
We can work
probably,
it out.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess like it was upwards of 12 hours.
It was like we killed her and then we marched for 3 hours to their house, and then we spent basically
a whole day, literally a whole day.
Yeah. So it's got to have been 12 to 18 hours, I reckon.
Yeah. And then we were disturbed in the night, probably around the same time when we killed her. So 12 to 24 hours, I think, is our window. Where she's going to pop up.
Yeah, how far into the night was it, Neal, when we were attacked? So we kill her and now we look out the sky, how...
It's dark and raining. You have no idea what time it is.
Yeah,
okay.
Well...
Which makes sense.
Anton has to sleep because he has all the spells that can, help us find...
Alright, so how's this for a plan then? Anton sleeps. Tyrael, you go back to the village. I'd prefer if you leave me the night, but maybe you can take the night, because if that helps your story, and then I'll try and stay up and get something done and try and...
Wait, so when we woke up, what part of the night is this?
Dark.
No
30.
idea.
Dark 30.
Yeah, clocks haven't been invented.
Well.
It's fucking dark out, man.
Yeah, okay.
Dark and raining.
Okay, well, because if she respawns in 8 hours, I can't leave. But if she respawns in 16 hours, then I can.
Well, I don't think it's 8.
I don't think you're going to be able to muster up the whole town. I think you might be able to get 2 or 3 people who are crazy enough to come up here to check it out of curiosity. And I don't think those 2 or 3 halflings are going to be super great at, I don't know, excavating.
They're going to be professional excavators, right? These halflings literally are fucking farmers, right? They must be good at...
That doesn't mean you're a grave digger.
They hoe and till the land and
That's not digging 6 feet underground.
The land with an ox, so you don't have to do the manual labor. And then
so they should have tools or something, right?
They'll definitely, you can get shovels, picks, axes, whatever you need in terms of tools. But in terms of cubic feet of earth being moved by halflings,
probably about half.
Weren't hobbits diggers? Were they?
They're farmers, but they're not necessarily good trench diggers or ditch diggers. They're here's my taters. I'm gonna pull them out of the soil. I'm gonna hook my plow up to a pony and have it make some furrows for me.
Okay.
I would think you're better staying here, but if you want to go down, that's fine.
Okay, if I stay here. How much of this garden can we realistically dig?
Yeah, how big is it for one?
The garden stretches easily 20 feet across the back wall, and maybe about 6 feet deep, or so. So we're looking at 20 by 6 in terms of square footage.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Can we also talk about when they're digging? They're not digging to put a body in, which is what a gravedigger's doing, right? They're just digging to see if they hit something, correct? So
Okay,
maybe
wait. Why are
can-
we digging to hit? Okay, why are we digging to hit something?
Okay, what are you digging for, Steven?
My understanding is Lucas. My understanding is that when we saw where the body came from last time, she didn't come from a coffin. She just came from the earth. There was no.
How
coffin
do we know
there.
that she didn't come from a coffin?
Because I thought we
I
went
think
back
she
there
did,
and there was
yeah.
just a little bit of upturned land. There was no
Correct.
coffin under. Okay, I go back to the dirt and I stab my sword into the ground. Is there a fucking coffin down here?
How far does this sword go in?
Quick! The dirt is
It's gonna
upturned.
go.
There's no coffin.
But-
She's not coming from a coffin.
Okay.
So,
So what are you gonna do? Why are you digging the land up?
I thought we were trying to consecrate or desecrate.
That's gonna be not a digging thing. That's a fucking holy thing. So you're digging for nothing.
So then why are we digging at all?
I don't know why. You've been talking about that.
No. I think we should dig to find. Like, she looks like ethereal, right, when she's being reformed.
Oh, that because we can see her coming back to life. That's
yeah,
why.
I think we can see her
Lucas.
coming back. Yeah, so we don't need to even dig up the whole garden because she's a human-sized person, right? We can just dig up like random sort of 3-meter holes.
That's
so
what
that
I-
we
yeah.
catch.
Oh
like,
my
a piece
god,
of
we could do
pie
a
or-
crisscross grid and make
Yeah.
sure that there is no measurement that exceeds like 4 to 5 feet in length, and then we'll
However,
guarantee to see her.
I think this is a waste of time, the digging right now, because I can wake up in the morning with Detect Evil and find
No,
exactly
I
where
agree.
she's gonna
I
be.
agree, but we might as well do something while we're waiting for you to sleep.
Then
But
I
agree
would
that you're the
say
key to fixing this.
correct.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe instead of doing that, maybe search the grounds heavily for like another secret area. Maybe check out her organ area. I would assume there's another secret area because we haven't found all the items yet.
But does your
Wait, no,
detect
wait.
evil
I think we
spell get
have
blocked
found
by soil?
we have found all the items, haven't we?
I don't. Think
Yeah,
so.
everything else I think is she's wearing.
Yeah, she has the bands on for sure because I got shocked like a motherfucker when she hit me.
Yeah, but she gave the belt to that other person.
Let me type
Right.
Detect Evil in chat. Yeah, the other person. Yeah. There it is. Spell emanates of evil or good in any creature, object, or area. Character's alignment, however.
What is this people saying, or I think you mentioned too, that we have an ethereal revealing candle.
We do.
What is it called?
Let me open up.
Oh, the
candle
white
sheet.
candle fills a cube 20 feet on a side with still conditions. I don't know if that means we can use it outside.
Outside, yeah.
It's not going to work if she's underground anyway, right?
True.
Yeah, that one won't work if she's underground. However, we have an ethereal and a scroll as well.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
I think that'll work as well.
So we turn ourselves ethereal, and we should be able to see her and interact with her on the ethereal plane. I feel like even if we find the body, we should then use the ethereal and the scroll and kill her on the ethereal plane.
Yeah, this evil will be overwhelming. The spell has a path of detection 10 feet wide in the direction the priest is facing. Priest must concentrate, stop, have a quiet... it doesn't say it's blocked by anything.
I mean, I feel like that'll work. I mean, what's the point of a detect evil spell? I've literally never seen it used. If not, this is the time a
For this
detect evil
fucking
spell
reason,
would be
yeah.
good. Yeah,
And I also am going to be getting Sanctify for the
Yeah.
garden.
I'm blessed, right?
And Bless, yep, Bless.
So I think that's gonna work.
Okay. So what are we
Yeah.
doing, Nick?
Well, I think I'm still on board with digging up a grid system in the garden and trying to find her body.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Get to digging.
Get that night lady out
Anton
here.
will
She's gonna come
go-
help us.
Check on the knight.
Well, she's out here with you.
Thank God. Are the halflings not sucked either?
They're basically dead and recuperating in the kitchen. You know, they've been drained of most of their life. And
I thought she might have went in and
Water.
killed all of these people rather than coming to us first, but
No.
I'm gonna go in and sleep in the kitchen.
Yeah, so let's talk about sleep. When was the last time you guys had a full night's sleep?
Wouldn't it have been? Was it last
It was
night?
the
or
night.
no?
It was literally the night before this.
It wasn't
What
because
were you doing
we.
the night before that?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Wasn't that the time you were in the barn?
Yeah.
And she woke you up, or you guys got down to the barn late at night because you had spent the previous part of the night fighting the vampire in the doorway.
It's no big deal. Koibu have Iron Vigil. However,
You've got Iron Vigil, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
But these other two people have been spending all day and all night fighting and running around in the rain and climbing mountains and digging trenches, and you guys are getting exhausted. If you want to keep being productive and digging through this garden, I'm going to ask you guys to make me a con check.
Or what?
yeah, or what?
Or
Or
we'll
die.
start imposing penalties for exhaustion. You know, like your hands are blistering, your feet are blistering, your muscles are tired, you know, something like that.
I feel like the other 3 vampires, we did the same thing to them that we did to her. They could still come back as well.
We know they're coming back, actually. It's just going to take them longer. That's a huge risk. Do you know why we know that?
Because of
No.
the other vampire.
Because
guy
when we
in
remember
coffin.
the cleric guy that we killed in the cellar, when we went and opened his coffin, we saw him rematerializing from the ethereal plane or ethereal.
Yeah,
remember?
but it's been days since we killed him.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was in the process of coming back when we crushed his coffin.
Yeah, I know, but maybe the destroying the coffin works on the lesser vampires. Maybe it's only her that can make it back from that. I don't know. That was kind of what I was hoping.
What do we need to roll for this contract?
You want to roll d20 plus your con, and you want a 21 or higher.
A 21 or higher?
Yeah, but
Yep.
you get plus like
So you get
10
plus
or
con.
12.
Easy, Neal.
My
I'm
con is
staying
7.
Okay, then you probably are fucked.
awake. 7 con. Oh shit.
What is...
It is a 14.
Wait, a 13, right? Meet or beat.
No,
21
you
or
get
higher.
Wait, can we think of any bonuses here? Can we talk about how we did rest the majority of the day before, like yesterday? Like we
True.
only went around the house, we only searched a little bit after beating the vampires in the morning, and then pretty much the whole day we were legitimately resting. And then
Yeah,
we
but
were
you had
waiting.
spent the whole previous day and the whole previous night toiling in pretty tough conditions, you know. So you may have been resting slightly during the day, but you guys have been working your asses off in very difficult settings. A lot of mud, a lot of cold, a lot of rain.
Lucas is right though. By the time
We had, like, 12
finished
hours of
everything,
rest.
yeah, it was probably only dawn by the time
Yeah.
we were done there.
And then we have to like wait mechanically for the next day to begin to get our spells. But like legitimately, we probably had around 12 hours to rest. So at the very least, I don't even know if a contract is needed here or he should have like a +5 because he had at least 12 hours of resting.
I think a con check is quite appropriate
Okay.
here.
All right, guys. I'm so sorry.
Oh, good luck.
Sleepy
Yeah.
Steve.
So it's not so much like sleepy as it is just, you know,
Tired.
your dainty noble hands have been like in this shitty condition trying to shovel, and you're like developing these blisters, and your thighs from hiking up and down that mountain all day are just aching under the pressure and under the lactic acid buildup in them. And it's more just your body is beginning to break down. Nick, on the other hand, is sort of drunk. You know, he's probably breaking down too, but he can't feel it, and it's going to be way worse in the morning when he realizes
feeling
what's happened
fine.
to himself. So we're going to impose penalties of 1 to hit and AC until you can get some good rest.
And I'm able to go sleep.
Wait, minus
Okay.
1 to AC and to hit, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Where are you sleeping specifically, Lucas?
Wherever the fuck you guys tell me.
Okay, we'll just sleep downstairs somewhere that's close to the garden.
Yeah.
You can still fight, right? Or are you wounded? Like, you know, if we woke you up, can you fight? Or
Oh, I'm good.
yeah, you got
Wait,
it.
you don't have any healing spells left before you sleep, right?
Nope. I was completely out of spells.
Sure.
Do you want healing? I have potions.
Fuck, where are our tokens at?
I don't remember.
It's like sort of
Bottom
down.
left.
Oh, you healed us?
You're fine.
Oh, I drank a potion. I must have. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all healing. Okay.
All right, Anton goes to bed.
All right, Tyrael. I found some shovels down in the basement.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's start digging.
So,
So you want to grid search the
yes,
backyard, and how deep do you want to dig?
3 feet.
So you're gonna dig a 3 by, what did we say, a 6 by 20 by 3 foot area.
No, because it's a grid system. We're not digging the whole thing out.
What
Because
is
if you
grid
think about
system?
it, right,
I don't
she's
understand
like how tall is she? She's like say 5.5 foot, 6 foot, something like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
We can draw this actually. So
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
big brain time.
this.
Draw it near Minotaur, yeah.
Wait, fuck. Hold on. We need lines. Okay, polygon/line.
And you know I've got 14 ends, so
Yeah, so you're very
we can
big.
work this out.
Oh my fucking god. How do I just draw like a straight line?
Polygon tool.
Okay. This is not gonna work, but what was the length or whatever?
It's 20 by
20
6.
by 6.
Then we can draw a Cassandra-shaped box. Right, if this is 20 by 6, then, you know, she's probably like
What
this,
in the
right?
fuck?
So if that's Cassandra, this box,
Oh, you're gonna.
we need to dig it so that there's no way that we wouldn't see one of these if they were buried in this sort of area.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm not exactly, I mean, I only did maths at university, so...
Well,
I
if
don't
it,
actually
so
know
if
what-
it's, you said that this is 20 feet by 6, correct?
Yeah.
If it's 20 feet by 6, and we know that she is 5 feet tall, then as long as, or she's a little over 5 feet tall. She's not like a midget, right? She's at least like 5
Right.
feet tall. Yeah. So that means that if we dig like 3 lines like this, and then if we dig 1 line like this, it should theoretically be impossible.
Okay, well, I say maybe 2 lines across.
Why?
Just because she's thin, right? She might not be. You know, she could be buried like
Oh, no,
horizontally.
you're right. We have to take into account both dimensions. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Fuck, how do I delete this 1 line?
So if we dig the corners as well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got to dig 23-foot holes, basically.
Wait, we're not digging holes. I thought we were digging lines.
Oh, you want to dig lines?
We should just
I
dig these
guess.
trenches, right?
I think that takes more time than digging just the 20 holes, don't you think?
Well, if we dig the 20 holes, we're leaving a lot more up to chance, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like it could still... Because, like, you know, where could... If we just dig at the intersection of all the lines and at the corners, you know, where could this 20-foot... Where could this go that we wouldn't see it? You know? There's
Like
nowhere
straight
for it
up or down, right?
No, because then it'd cross one of these, like if I rotate it.
My
No,
God,
it's-
you're like a Roll20 artist.
Thanks, mate. Now look, now it's going to cross lines, right? We're going to see it.
But you, if you only want to dig at the
yeah,
intersection,
You're right. No, you're right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So either we need another vertical line, or we just dig the trenches, like you were saying.
Yeah, we just dig the trenches. I think it's good.
Okay. We set
Okay.
about doing this, Neal.
Set about digging these trenches in the middle of the night. And Lucas, meanwhile, is asleep.
Yes. With the knight standing over me, guarding.
What?
Is the knight not helping us?
Nope,
dig?
she's helping us. You have no
Okay, and
protection.
you guys are fucking stupid, but yeah, that's fine.
Where
The one person whose spells all matter, and they're out there, "Ooh, I'm a dig." You fucking morons. I'm in the kitchen or something. I'm the nearest place to the garden I can be.
the kitchen where the halflings are have windows that look out over the garden.
That's the
So,
spot.
Okay. You can drag some bedding down from upstairs and make yourself cozy, go to sleep. The other brothers in the backyard will dig trenches. 3 feet of trenches, did we say?
Mm-hmm.
3 feet of trenches? What?
I think
Yeah,
it's
you guys
3
wanted
feet
your
down.
trenches to be 3 feet deep, right?
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
I
Okay.
disavow them.
It's going to be a tough dig every time you down the mud kind of slips and slides in, and you end up digging the same areas over and over again, hauling out this heavy, wet, soaked earth. I would like strength checks from the both of you, and Stephen can make yours at -1 because of your
Here we go.
31.
Very nice.
11.
Ah,
Wait, roll for the night.
that's right.
That is right.
19?
What's their strength?
13 plus 6 on the die.
13 strength, knight.
That's pathetic.
Says the man with 9 strength.
Well, we're like
Well, I'm
shitter
not nice.
nobles. She's like raised to be a fucking Brienne of Tarth. She should be stronger than that. But hey, don't let me judge.
All right. You dig your trenches. It's cold, wet, but you plow through these holes as quickly as you can. And after many hours, the sky begins to lighten somewhat. Still raining. You've dug these trenches as best as you can. I'm not sure how far exactly you're going to make it in a night. These are 20, 40, and then 6 times 3 is 18. So we're doing 58 feet.
The most important ones are getting
Corners, right?
no, the 2 horizontal lines.
Yeah, we start with them.
So if
These
you're
ones.
digging 58 feet of trenches, 3 feet deep, and let's say half a foot wide, would be 87 cubic feet. And a normal grave is what? 3 by 6 by 6? So a normal grave is about 108 cubic feet of dirt, and you're doing a little bit less than that, but in
there's 3
much
of
worse
us.
conditions. And there are 3 of you. So by the time the sky is lightening, you haven't come across any bodies or any graves or any coffins or anything that would indicate the presence of vampires. But you've ripped up the gardens completely. You know, smashed over all the flowers that were planted here in your efforts to dig through this. Heaped large chunks of goopy mud everywhere. You know, most of your time, a lot of your time is spent bailing out the water that's collecting in your trenches. And exhausted in the morning, you found nothing.
Okay, look, we stop. The sun is rising. I can see Anton waking up in the kitchen. I'll take a step back. I get some elevation, and I'll cast Detect Magic and just look down at the garden.
So you go climb onto like one of the balconies or windows that overlooks this area from the floor above you?
I guess so, if that's what I have to do. Yeah, I just want to be able to look down.
Yeah, if
I
you
thought
want
maybe just a few
elevation.
steps or something, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you wanted to be above. But
Well, you know,
Yeah.
if it's like 3 steps, you know, sometimes there'll be like a patio and then you take some steps down into the garden. I just mean like, you know, I could be up on the
I see
patio.
what you're saying. Yeah. Well, you cast your detect magic upon the ground and see naught but what you expect to see.
Okay, so there's a vampire.
Wait, what?
He expects a bunch of magic, right?
Yeah, I expect loads
You
of
know, would you
vampires. So.
expect the magic on Steven's character or on the knight, whoever those magical items? You see no vampire signs, no unusual magical signatures.
Okay. You know what? What I assume we dig down where she actually climbed out from the second time. She's not there, is she? This would have crossed through our trench.
You see nothing. No sign of magic or undead.
Okay, annoyed and exhausted, I slam open the door, walk into the kitchen. Anton, how you feeling? Nice sleep?
Yes, very good sleep. I am
Fantastic.
currently memorizing my spells. 2 blesses, 1 detect magic, 2 detect evils, a nap, and a sanctify.
Alright, well, good luck, because we found fuck all.
It'll take
As
you, I think,
expected.
80 minutes to go through all of that.
Yeah, should be fine.
And it is clearly morning here.
Is the storm broke?
It seems to be weakening.
I
Not quite as ferocious as it was in the last couple of days. The sky is a little bit lighter this morning than it was yesterday morning, and the thunder and lightning has diminished, but the rain still comes down.
I got the
So-
spells memorized.
I think I'll take a minute to, I'll probably like strip off and just go and stand in the rain at the other side of the house and clean off.
Okay.
Since we're probably covered in sweat and mud.
Definitely the mud. I'm not so sure about the sweat because it's, you know, you've been in the rain all night.
Yeah. Alright, and then yeah, once I'm done, I'll wander back to the garden.
I'll wander out to the garden and stand in like the middle, and I'll cast Detect Evil. 10 foot by 120 yards.
10 feet by 120 yards?
what it says.
What a
Yeah,
weird.
it's like a long column in front of you, and you can like move around and.
Yeah, but like, why not
you see
3
it.
yards by 120 yards? It's such a weird, but yeah, okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you're right. That is strange.
Yeah, Jesus, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Evil detected.
Oh, he napped himself.
Mutan's dead. He's been got. The vampire's got
Oh,
him.
it's because it's fucking hot. It's absolute garbage, dude.
Well, Lucas, you definitely sense evil coming from the backyard, from the garden.
Can I spot the location or no?
It's not so much like there's one point of evil. It's like this back garden is very evil. Like, it's clearly the grave soil of some horrific undead creature, and it is still the grave soil of some horrific undead creature. This backyard is just boiling.
It is her
evil
grave.
energy. Yeah, and she's probably still in here, judging by the amount of evil radiating off of this. You can't like find this is the spot. It's more of like this area.
This is the spot.
Zone. Yeah.
Okay. Put my hands together. Say, this is what Velthara made me for. Getting revenge on these fucking vampires who drained my power. I'm going to cast Bless, which is a 50-foot cube. I guess we're gonna have to do math.
Foot cubes. That's just a cube 50 feet on a side, actually. That's
Yeah,
50,
it's not,
50 by
that's
50.
more than enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That will cover all of the backyard and much of the house.
Is my detect evil still allowed to go off?
Why?
Do I
What do you mean?
So I cast Bless. I want to know if I can still like detect a bunch of evil from the ground.
Yes. Because it's got like 1 turn plus 5 rounds per level. Yeah, so you can bless the area and then keep checking with your detect evil.
Yep.
And you will notice that this area is still quite evil. Yes.
Got it.
Even with the single blessing spell, the soil is not fully purified.
When you say not
I'm
fully
gonna-
purified, is there less evil? Does it feel like it's abating at all, or?
No. I'm gonna cast Sanctify.
Flopper spell allows.
Yeah.
So it looks like it gives some combat bonuses, but I guess we're not really.
I'm not going for the combat bonuses really. I'm trying to get the
Yeah.
the RP bonus for the main thing. Because I mean, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna talk to my god and see if I can consecrate the area, like smite the garden or whatever. But I was trying to get it with a spell. I could probably bless the rain. Maybe it'll be holy water coming down. I don't know. I got a few ideas to like role play it.
Okay, I think we wear out all your ideas and then we use the ethereal scroll. If
Yep,
it
I agree.
not got anywhere. Yeah.
All my ideas should take maximum of 20 minutes.
Fortified area. Companions of similar alignment to the caster will be fortified and encouraged while in the sanctified area. The spell can be cast by a single priest or by a group of priests. Casting sanctified area viewed with deities magic. Followers of the deity, blah blah blah. Creatures intent on harming the priest or followers suffer minus blah blah blah. Undead creatures within the area are easy to turn. Any priest standing on sanctified ground turns undead as if he were 1 level higher. Blue can cast by 1, more effective multiple. 1 round. Several. Distributing priest. Opponents. Verse file. Okay. So you will sanctify the. You bless it. You sanctify it. It still radiates evil. Yeah. So let's talk about the concept of something being like holy or unholy. If something is deeply unholy, it will continue to, like, even if you try and add something holy in the middle of it, you're still just going to be detecting the existing evil. It's not like the good and the evil is a single thing that just like gets canceled.
I didn't think sanctify would add good. I thought it would dissuade evil. I guess the way I read it, because the reverse of it is, I think it's like defile the ground or whatever. Yeah. So I thought that this would do that, but after I noticed that, oh, go ahead.
I wanted to double check one more line that I missed here.
Yeah, the bless I assumed would do nothing, but I thought the sanctify might. If it doesn't, it's time to
well,
drop
if
them
there
in.
are vampires here, they're going to be, which you're pretty sure there are. It'll be easier to turn them. And you have sanctified their grave soil, which, even if it continues to radiate evil, could very well have consequences for them. Like, it still might be their grave soil, but now if it's like holy grave soil or blessed grave soil, that might interfere with their abilities to restore themselves in this area. Right? It might still be just as evil, but like with all this extra holy magic being pumped in,
might help a little bit.
Definitely fuck with their shit.
Dropped to my knees after I noticed that it's not having the effect that I want to see with like my detect evil going on. And I'll say a prayer to Velthara, asking her, explaining, you know, I got my level drained, got my ass beaten, but for vengeance, we've killed 4 vampires, and now we are working on dispatching a great evil, being Cassandra. And this is her grave soil that I'm standing on, and I want to consecrate it and make it holy. I'll throw up a very good prayer, begging for her help in dispatching the final evil.
Make me that wisdom willpower check for your prayers to your deity. And go ahead and add your level to it. Because you're
don't worry about it, Koibu.
God. Natural 1 on the die.
Unlucky.
Fuck.
That was bad. I was all ready to give you some cool shit, too.
That's all right. You roll how you roll.
Well,
I see nothing happens, and I turn to my brothers and say, well, sounds like we're going to do the ethereal plane.
No, look. How do you know it's not look? What?
I still feel evil very much from the soil. Tried to commune with Velthara, but she did not answer to me today.
So wait, before we do the ethereal scroll, you guys actually went there, right? To the ethereal plane.
I have been there, yeah.
When we saw the vampires reforming, did it look like that's where they were? Did it look similar? I think that's how it works. I think undead inhabit the ethereal plane.
Wait, what did you ask?
Like, you've been to the ethereal plane. Like, when we saw the vampires like half phased, did it remind you of being in the ethereal plane, like the way they looked?
No,
in the ethereal plane, things sort of look like a bag with condensation on it in a sea of mist. So, you know, everything is misty, and then there's just areas of condensed mist to make the outline of a person. This was something different. This was more, you know, just like a alpha transparency.
So it was less etherealness and more something else.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like they were coming back into existence, not like they were part of another plane coming to this one.
Like, ghosts will inhabit the ethereal plane, and some undead definitely have strong connections there, because that's what bridges the spiritual and material plane. But the regeneration of vampires, maybe not taking place on the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
Maybe. Didn't look like it. Doesn't mean it's not.
Can we end that spell at will?
It seemed like, yeah, we could end the etherealness. Not spell, but scroll at will.
It's a good thing to have around, but maybe we should just try it anyway.
Well, it doesn't. Why? So what do we expect to happen when we do this? Like, do we think, for instance, that like when the vampire is 10% in this world, do we think it's like 90% in an ethereal plane?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
maybe.
think she's there anymore after Koibu just described it.
Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't sound to be the case. Like, it seems like things can come and go from the ethereal plane. Like, that's one type of traveling between the planes. But something coming back slowly into existence isn't coming from the ethereal plane. It's like coming from a spiritual world or something different.
Well, the ethereal plane is the spiritual world, though. That's the thing. But
Is
I mean,
it?
I heard what Neal said, so maybe you're right, and it's somewhere else. But I'm trying to think what other, I don't know. Like, maybe it's just like non-existent, and it's coming back into existence. Maybe that is what it is.
Hmm. Well,
How many?
daylight.
What?
Ish. So you probably have some time, right? You're assuming that the vampires can't walk out in daylight even with it being rainy.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 12 hours ish? No, less.
Well, no, hang on, because the cleric, the first vampire that we fought, left the building and was floating around in front of the house. and
Even
didn't
during
die.
day, but it was raining. Yeah.
Mm.
So is the weather significantly improved since that day? Like, is there actual sunlight here now, or?
The sky is lighter than before, and there is no thunder and lightning.
So maybe we're safe here, during the
Maybe.
day. I mean, do we keep digging? Do we dig the trenches another 3 feet?
I think we have to. Unless you can think of something else.
Well, the area is too muddy for you to dig 6-foot trenches without just like making big, deep V's everywhere. The sides are collapsing in on themselves. You know, it's not nice dry soil.
Okay, so she came back in the house to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
What about? Do we see footprints? Muddy footprints? There must be muddy footprints going to our room. Can we follow them back to how she got into the house?
There are no footprints. No muddy footprints at all.
She could have flown up, maybe? Was she flying when we
Yeah.
fought her?
She tried to fly out the window, though, didn't she?
Because we
That's
did see
gasped.
that she was covered in dirt. That was something that was specifically called out to us.
Well, I have another detect evil spell. While they talk about that, I'm gonna cast it, and I'm gonna go around and see if I can find any other places that radiate evil.
like maybe that fountain in the basement or some weird shit.
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna see if I can try to find like if she's coming from another spot. So I'll cast it and walk around for a while.
Well, there's definitely that that fountain-ish. I think it was quite a fountain. That area with the impaled person on the spike that was covered in blood. That's pretty fucking evil. And the area where the cleric was buried in the cellar it radiates a heavy amount of evil as well. Everywhere else is just sort of, like evil by association.
Yeah. Anything in the organ room?
No.
Can we smash that fountain downstairs if it's evil?
Yeah, I'll smash it with the holy.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
take the body.
under
We'll
the-
take the body off first and bury it, and then smash it.
Take the body off the spike, break up everything else. Good plan. No more fondue for the vampires.
Does it once it's destroyed, does the evil disappear immediately? Does it disappear at all?
No,
or
I don't think it disappears immediately. It'll probably fade over a little while.
Do you think maybe we could send some of the halflings back to the village to get a shitload of garlic, and maybe we can like encircle the grave area with garlic? Maybe that might stop her from escaping.
These halflings are going to be getting down the hill. They're on the brink of death, and it's been maybe like 24 hours. They're going to need weeks of recovery.
I have a pound of garlic. Do we think that's enough to encircle this area? A full pound.
What is
That's a lot of
the
garlic.
area in question?
her grave area.
Yeah, if you want to like chop up that garlic and break it up into like minced garlic and just sprinkle minced garlic all over the whole place.
Not sure minced garlic's enough, is it?
Well, but a pound of minced garlic all over the place is going to make it smell super strong, right?
Yeah, but the idea is that like garlic keeps vampires away, right? So I'm hoping that if we encircle the area, she won't be able to cross the threshold. I'm not sure like a fine julienne of garlic is going to stop an ancient vampire.
Well, a julienne of garlic is probably the way that it smells the most, right?
That's true, yeah.
I guess Anton will be in the kitchen chopping up this pound of garlic into like
Just
a bucket to like
really finely
we're gonna-
sliced.
yeah,
Well, I don't
we're
think
gonna-
garlic's not going to do anything bad. It just smells bad to them because their senses are.
It makes them fuck off, right?
So the
seems
way that it was described was that vampires have very heightened senses, and garlic just smells nasty. But so like, imagine garlic to vampires, it would be like shit to us. Like if
It
we
will
walked into a
incur
room,
penalties is what it sounded like.
I didn't get that feeling, or well, maybe I did, yeah. But I don't know.
Definitely got him penalties.
Sure, okay, yeah. But it's not gonna like massively make them like leave. Like we're not going to like have garlic and they're gonna run away from us. I don't think. Also, keep in mind that penalties on her, she's already like got a plus 27 to hit or some dumb shit. So I don't know.
I would say, as someone said, it would be like being sprayed like a skunk, I guess.
Sure, yeah, that seems, yeah.
Is there any
yeah, wait,
is
do
there
we
any-
have that book?
Yeah, I
one?
have the book.
Were there any other notes in there about the vampire? Could we read a little bit more now that we're familiar with the house? Do we notice something in that book relating to?
Yeah, as I julienne
not.
up the whatever it's called, I'll read through the book.
Yeah, so in the book, it will talk mostly about the people he's visited in the town and his journey here, but there aren't any other entries on the vampire or the lady of the house or anything like that. Yeah, it seems like you got all of the pertinent information the first time through.
Is there any structures near this garden? Apart from the house before?
Just the house.
There's no like shed or something.
I think I did describe a shed out back. I think there's a garden shed out back.
Alright, I'm gonna clear that place out. I mean, I guess that's where we got the shovels. I want to make sure there's no like trapdoors or anything in there.
Yeah, it's just a small little garden shed. You can see little pots for plants. There's a small little nursery area where someone's been planting things and keeping them inside rather than putting them directly into the soil. Bags, hose, trowels, a little bit of rope.
Well, we have a
Cheers.
choice to make. Do we want to stay here for the night and fight a vampire with very little candles? Or is it time to pack up and leave?
I'm not sure my conscience can be okay with leaving these halflings to suffer under the yoke of this thing.
Well, no, we'd bring the halflings with us, of course.
He's talking about
Not,
the general.
not these halflings, yeah. The
Oh,
halflings
the
of
rest?
Riverlands.
I mean, it doesn't seem as though the vampire was too oppressive to them. I'm more worried about the idea that this lady might hunt us down were she to come back.
Well, yeah, there is that too.
You cast a ton of spells out there in the back.
I have more to cast. I could also nap myself and cast them again, but
Do you
I'm
think-
not sure if it'll be much of the.
If she comes back from the dirt to attack us, do you think she'll be weakened when she comes back due to the blessings that you left in that dirt?
Surely.
I
hope
think so. Yeah, and I could nap myself and cast another Sanctify, which is I think the one that really helps. And get my spells back because I have used a lot. I think that's a good plan for me, anyways, because I have.
Yeah,
no spells.
I think so. I think so.
I'll go out, toss another bless on the grave soil. Mechanically, just to see if it'll do anything.
We could also do when we sleep. We could take watches and come out and check the lines that we've dug to see if we see anything materializing anywhere as well. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean,
I'll
if
go
we're
and
gonna sleep, should we sleep during the day? Like
Yeah,
me and
that-
you are gonna have to
now.
sleep.
That would
Yeah.
probably make the most sense, I guess. Yeah, because she's not.
I
Coming
mean,
home.
we can sleep 6 hours right now and get up. It'll still be daylight.
Yeah.
I think we should do that. Now Anton's awake, I think Cyril and I should sleep and make sure Anton wakes us up in 6 hours.
So what's the plan? Like you sleep for a few hours, you wake up, you go back and keep digging in the garden?
Now, the plan is we wake up and we fucking kill the vampire when she comes.
I don't know if we can do that though. That's really scary
Well, yeah.
because we have 1 inch left on each of our candles. We needed 2 full candle rounds.
We would hope that with the sanctifies and stuff, she would probably be at half weakness. Is like I guess the ideal. But yeah, I mean I agree with you. Even then, say we kill her again, right?
Mhm.
I haven't sanctified the area. I haven't cleared it. She's just gonna respawn the next day.
Well, I wonder if I made a mistake by magic missiling her when she was in mist form. Perhaps we could have followed the mist back to wherever it was.
Well,
was
if she
going.
just comes back to the dirt, that doesn't really help us, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll be back. And when we come back, we will have finished this vampire once and for all, for sure. We'll be right back.
Easy.
Guys.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Our party has figured out Lucian's problem. What is the solution?
My character is gonna go inside, take a 1-hour nap, get his spells back. It goes off. I'm gonna be taking 2 sanctifies, 2 blesses, 1 detect evil, and then 3 protections from evil.
Wait, can you run those spells by me again?
2 blesses, 2 protection from evils, 1 detect evil, and 2 sanctifies.
Sanctifies a second level spell?
Yep, I have 2.
Okay, so we're doing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spell levels. It's another 90 minutes. I take it you have to burn some spells to create room for these spells?
I actually didn't. I casted literally
Oh.
everything.
Nice. Okay. So that's another 90 minutes on top of your 80 earlier, plus your 60 for that, plus some for that. So we're 90, 60. That's 3 hours. 3, 5. So we're about 5 hours into the day now, I think.
So it's about, what, 12?
Yeah.
I'm going to let them rest inside the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think we get to sleep 6 hours, and Anton knows to wake us up when it's been long enough, you know.
I'm going to task the night with taking this bucket to go to the river or lake or whatever, the stream, and get 5 pounds of water and to bring it back.
She will try to get a few winks in while you are napping and memorizing spells, and then we'll head down to the river bucket to try and fill it with water.
I'm going to go to the grave area. I'm going to cast 1 more Sanctify. So another Sanctify has been cast. I'm going to wait on begging Velthar for help. And I'm going to start faceting 2 stakes.
Faceting?
Making? I don't know what the word is.
Carving.
Yeah,
Yes.
carving.
Wonderful. It's not a hard thing to do. Do you have a knife of any kind?
Let's look. I don't know if I have a dagger.
Neal, is there any trees that hang above the gravesite?
Yes, there are a couple of trees in the backyard near the garden.
I do have a dagger. I have the dagger in my cloak of
Great.
awesome.
Yeah, your hunting knife. Yeah, you can pull it out of the Cloak of Plenty, and if you've got some sticks, you can carve some steaks.
I'll carve some steaks. Let me know when she comes back.
Yeah, she'll come back at 45 minutes, an hour later, taking her time, going slowly because the muck, the mud, and the exhaustion and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wait,
gonna
so now
cast-
that we've rested, have I recovered?
I don't know.
What do you mean recovered?
I had an exhaustion or a fatigue thing, right? They give me a -1 AC, -1 to hit.
Yeah, but you're going to need more than just the bare minimum, like 6 hours of sleep in the middle of a day to recover from that. You're going to need, like, actual rest time. You're going to need some
Okay.
downtime. You'll get enough that you can function without having to make another check.
Would you argue if I give him my cloak after he wakes up?
He's still going to be just
It'll
as
still give
in
exhaustion?
bad shape. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
On the 5-pound bucket, I'm gonna cast Bless to make holy water.
You can bless the water, but that's not how you make holy water.
Wait, really?
Holy
How do you
water
make
has a
holy
very
water?
specific formula. You need 3 priests, 1 to cast create food and water to create water, 1 to cast purify water, and 1 to cast bless. And they need to do it all 3 at the same
At
time.
the same time.
In the
Not
same
gonna
barrel.
do that then.
Yeah, it's a tri-priest.
Okay. I'll have my I'll have my water then. To drink and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. You need fresh water to drink.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. While I have time, I'll take the garlic. I'm gonna spread it around the gravesite, full Julian, on top as well, I guess. And I'll throw, because I have, I think, a whole pound of holy wafers. I'm gonna, around the outside of the perimeter of the grave, I'm just gonna place them as much as I can.
You're gonna place the holy wafers in the
On the perimeter. So like
on the perimeter, but like in the rain and in the wet, everything. Like the wafers are just gonna get all soggy and crumble.
it's a wafer is just like bread.
You know, it's like a
right?
little cracker or whatever. But you leave a cracker out in the rain for an hour, and the crackers fall apart.
Sounds like the holiness will seep in to the ground.
There you go then.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't think I can do anything with. Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that because we need it for the head. Never mind.
Yeah, we need
I
it
keep
to
my
go,
holy
yeah.
wafers.
So, can we talk macroscopically here? Is the plan to stay and fight these things? Find a way to fight and kill them?
Plan is to just kill Cassandra. We want to kill this bitch.
The plan is to stake Cassandra. I'm gonna try one more sanctify. I don't know. Maybe I'll beg one more time, but I feel like it's kind of meh. But the plan is my people wake up. She comes out of the grave. We all jump on her and stake her
As she's climbing out of the soil.
as she's climbing out of the soil. Yeah, the ground is sanctified. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I think blessing the holy candles would help them or no?
Yeah, they're pretty holy already.
That's what I
You're
thought, yeah.
you're not likely to make a difference on them.
Okay. Yeah. I'll wait for my 6 hours and then I'll wake them up.
All right. You wake them up partway through the day. I guess at this point it's probably quite a bit through the day.
I want to wake them up before the sun starts going down.
Yeah, but
If
you
that makes sense,
slept and then you memorized spells. You cast all your spells. You napped. They probably went after you napped so that someone's awake at all points of time. And so it's like 6 hours after your
That's
nap
perfect.
end. So we'll be most of the way through the day by now.
Yeah, it's probably getting to late afternoon. All right, so when I wake up, I learn my spells. The sun is starting to go down. Right, I've got 4 light stones, so I want to place them around the edges of the grave area, so it's like perfectly illuminated.
Yeah, and the rain has significantly lessened. It's still coming down, but it's not a torrent anymore. It's like a gentle rain. The ground is still thoroughly soaked, and those trenches you dug are filled with water.
Yeah.
A little bit nicer. You
I guess,
set light stones out, illuminate the
yeah.
backyard.
I'll go to Anton and take the stake that I've been given, right? He's made 3. And I guess I'll go around just sort of plunging the stake into the earth every now and again. Trying to get lucky. Just let me know if I get the 8,000 experience.
Yeah. You play in the dirt for a little while.
Yeah.
I'll go up to Imric. Imric, if Velthara did something crazy, like, I don't know, showed herself, maybe handled the the defiled ground, do you think you would,
Excuse me?
do you think you'd turn, you'd join my religion?
I'm
Would it
not
make
sure
you a
I've got it in me
believer?
to be I'm not sure I've got it in me to be a cleric, but if Velthara turns up and smites this thing for us, you damn right I'll pray to her. I mean, at least until the next pub.
All right, that's it's good to know. Before the light goes down, I'll throw up one more prayer. Pretty much begging her like I did before, but this time adding that this would be a good chance to get my brother, to pray to her and join her cause.
So you're saying, Velthara, help me, help me, help me, and if you help me, my brother will think highly of you.
No, if you help me, my brother will be turned and will not think highly of you. Help to serve you, I guess, in one way. Did I just turn off my fucking monitor? It's all right, Koibu. If not, I rolled a 1. It's okay.
Yeah, you rolled a 1. I think you're gonna need to wait for a new sort of experience. It seems like you're on your own here.
Right, I am fucking awake. I am on this. I'm on those steps I was standing on before. I'm looking down onto the gravesite, and I am wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. There is no sneaky hands sticking out of this ground without me noticing it. I'm going to see it the second the soil starts to move.
All three of us will see it because we all have stakes. As it turns night, can you give me like a lowdown? Because I'll start to probably think morely about casting Bless and Sanctify.
Yeah. The sky begins to darken again, especially in this area back behind the house. The halflings have had a couple days of rest now, and they are going to make their way down the mountainside this late afternoon as best as they can, hobbling themselves in a very slow procession. Is there any information you want them to deliver to anyone?
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, they go then.
The night staying though.
Yep, she's going to stay to see this thing through. She got involved, got charmed, and she is out for vengeance.
Wait, the 4 halflings are leaving?
Yeah.
What's going to
They're
happen
gonna try to
when they get back?
slowly make
What do you mean?
Like, if they all get back and the sheriff catches them, aren't they just going to assume that they're just escaping? Like,
I mean, they've got evidence that they've been fed on by a vampire.
They've got marks.
yeah, but I mean,
I
they're
feel like-
4 thieves. They could have marked them. Or, I don't know how. Maybe, yeah, okay.
Well, maybe we. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, if
if
4 thieves come back from, like, jail, you're like, where the fuck were you guys at? How did you break out? And you're like, oh, we got hit by vampires, look. And then they show you, like, marks that they've made on their bodies. Like, okay, yeah, I'm sure, like, go back. I don't know. But if they're confident going back, I mean, it's up to them, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the
it's
sheriff
not your
comes back with
problem.
some soldiers. Quite nice.
Maybe they get arrested again. Who knows?
Oh dear.
I will give a stake as well to the knight. Give her like a mallet to hit it in with, I guess.
I've got a stake and a mallet, so I'll give that to her. I make sure that Anton, you should make sure to have that ethereal scroll ready because that might save us if things really go sour.
Thinking back to the ethereal scroll, do I think that this can take 3 people into the ethereal plane with me,
It
or
took
just
2
2?
before, right?
Well, we only tried it on 2. I can't remember if it was only 2.
You can read the scroll without casting it, and the maker of this scroll is a wise person who details all of the effects of the scroll in it. Or, you know, you can make a scroll that is faster to cast by just having less text about it, but then it's harder for people to know what the hell's on the scroll, and harder for you to remember what the fuck is on the scroll. So this one is well written to allow you to understand what is going on here.
What a guy.
Here we go. It's actually a level spell. Level spell?
Etherealness is
spell
level,
even called?
It's called Etherealness, and it's level 3. But I don't know if there's a wizard version.
No, it's level 3.
I think there is a wizard.
I don't think there is. Well, the higher level if there is, and it's not called etherealness.
Probably has to be a wizard version, right? He created it, unless he got it from a cleric.
I mean, this might have come from somewhere else.
Scroll that you pulled from the.
Oh, this is the Martha one, I think. Actually.
Yeah, it might be from the
sorry.
Martha Temple.
Yeah, I think this is from the Martha Temple.
Fine. Here. There's a 3rd level wizard and a 6th level cleric. No.
The Martha cleric was only 6th level?
No. Here we go. This is a. That's just in the. It is a 3rd level spell. I thought it was the player's book. Besides himself, the caster can bring 1 creature per 2 levels of experience, but this spell was made at a higher level, so you can bring yourself and 3 others.
Cool. Yeah, I should be able to bring us 3.
Okay. Just if things start going really bad.
Yeah, I'll have the holy candles out as well, and a ever-burning candle lit, ready to light the others.
We should have the phantasmal candle lit in our lantern standing on the edge of the garden as well. It probably doesn't affect her, but...
No reason not to. I'll light it. Put it in there. We'll explain to the lady what it does.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have her walk in and out of the range just to make sure she's not gonna get feared by it or some dumb shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I see the graves move, I guess I would hope it's a surprise round. But you know,
When are you gonna cast the Bless and Sanctify?
I don't know. It's hard to like figure out like when is evil stuff gonna come, because these don't last.
I feel like Sanctify lasts. I mean, for the purpose we're using it for, shouldn't it?
Special is duration. So I've already casted 2 on the ground. I guess as soon as the sun goes down, I'll say my quick prayer, which isn't going to mechanically do anything, and I will cast the last Sanctify in preparation for the vampire coming out of the grave soil. So this will be the 3rd Sanctify cast on defiled ground, and I'll let, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Sanctify the area. It takes a turn. It's a long, slow process, you know? You're using holy symbol. Material components of the spell are a handful of dirt from the grounds of an existing temple of the same faith. I don't know if you have any dirt from a holy place.
Velthara temple?
Yeah. Can you create some sort of Velthara temple so you can get dirt from it? How would you create a makeshift temple to Velthara?
I'd put my holy symbol there. That would shine bright, and then I would say like a prayer. I would assume casting, I guess, like a, you know, praying to like your own little temple. Wouldn't that be like normal? Everybody can recreate their own shrines. My body's a temple of Velthara.
So you're gonna take some night soil from your body as your holy.
My shit's holy. Yeah, I'll just make a little temple, yeah.
Yeah, you do the best you can with the materials that you've got. You create as holy of a place that soil for Sanctify. And then you get ready with the Bless spell. As you wait through the night.
10 minutes. I'll wait another 30 minutes, and if that goes by, then I'll cast one of my blesses on all 4 of us.
Okay, you bless all 4 of you. And wait. And the night passes. The whole night passes with no activity on the ground. The rain eventually comes to a stop. You guys are probably a little bit soaked, but at least it's not coming down anymore. There's no sign of vampires.
Okay, the rain stopped. There's 4 of us. I think we get back to digging. In the shed there was like hose and things. I think we can dig this place out.
I'll cast my last Detect Evil. Do I still detect evil emanating from the ground like a motherfucker, or?
No, it is significantly lessened from the last time you evil here.
We're done. Fuck this bitch.
I will toss that over to my brothers. Yeah, the evil seems to have almost, at least, subsided quite a bit.
Did we defeat her?
Maybe the Sanctify worked.
I suppose. Why wouldn't it work? That's what it's for, right?
Wait, do we have a detect item spell from any of you guys? Either of you?
No, I lost a level.
Okay. And there's no... Do you think it's possible that the bracers would rematerialize underground? Like any of our items on a body or anything?
I don't think so.
I think if she's dead, then those items are lost.
Yeah, it's possible. I have no idea.
I don't see why that she wouldn't come back, but her items would.
Or if she comes back and her body's like dead or something, but probably not. She probably just wouldn't come back, right?
Yeah, I think so. Although I am a little bit unsure about why she
I'd rather
wouldn't come
not
back.
mess with the ground now that it seems to at least becoming.
Well, it's not.
holy
The
or
ground can't
normal.
become evil again, right?
Well, I mean, if you go digging up holy ground, it could.
I don't think it becomes evil then. It just loses its holiness, right?
Yeah, maybe. But maybe the holiness is the only thing keeping us at bay. I mean, if you really want the bracers, you can go mess with it, but I would rather not.
I'm not gonna mess with it, but because I don't think we're gonna find the bracers. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine though.
How many detect evils do you have left, or is it still running?
Yeah, it should still be running.
Could you go check the front? There's no evil anywhere left here, right? She's like coming back from a different area because there's that whole area up front between the front of the house and the gate or the wall.
Yeah.
Walk around for 25 minutes.
With Detect Evil?
Yeah.
The shack out front, where you killed the first guy, the cleric, that basement is still pretty.
Can we go into that basement and then look around? Is there dirt?
Yeah, but before we do that, I will grab the candles, bring those with us. 2 in my hand. I'll give 1 or 2 to Tyrael, ready to light them.
Okay.
Yeah, bring the stakes.
Yeah,
It
we'll
is
bring
an
those as well.
The light stones.
Earthen floor in here.
Okay.
That makes a difference to you, but you see no sign of the vampire in question.
Do we have any more sanctifies or no?
I have 1 bless.
But does the detect evil radiate to the entire basement or a specific section of it?
No, specifically the area around where the coffin was that you bashed to pieces.
All right. I mean, I look to the night, and grab a shovel and walk towards it and start digging it up.
Okay.
I'll cast a bless as he's digging it up. On the area. I think
On
it's
the
us.
area?
On us.
On you guys. So the bless will still only last 6 rounds. So you want to cast it when he starts digging?
How long? I've watched him dig for a while. How long does it usually take him to dig?
It's gonna take longer than 6 minutes.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Depends on where you want to dig to.
20 minutes until he's digging. Then I'll cast it. Or when I
Alright.
see something crazy happening.
Yeah, because bless does take a full round to cast, but
Yes.
it only lasts for a few minutes, so you want to make sure you get it.
Yeah.
Timing is important.
Key.
If you kill the source of a charmed, spell, will the charm leave?
Don't know.
Yes.
Because if we go back, if we see, because there was at least one person that was charmed by that vampire, or it seemed to be the case, that if that person's no longer charmed, you could ask them questions and then ESP amulet them, then maybe we can know the vampire is dead.
The maid in the tavern, yeah.
How's the digging going?
The digging goes well. You clear some supplies out of the way and start digging in the earth, which is much drier and easier to work with here. Create a pile on the side until your shovel digs down, hits something that gives way, a little bit rubbery.
I cast bless.
The fuck is this? I jumped down in the hole to get a better look.
You jump in the hole.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's not that deep at this point,
Yeah.
and you can poke at it, and it's sort of blank.
what is it? Can't tell.
Yeah, you start moving dirt
Flesh.
away. You start moving dirt away, revealing what appears to be an arm.
Does it look like a male arm or a female arm?
It's a man's arm.
Okay.
I'll toss some holy wafers down there if I have time.
Yeah.
All right, give me. I think there's one of them here.
Holy wafers in.
I'll start trying to get to its chest.
Yeah, you can start digging away the soil, trying to dig in the direction of a chest, and eventually you will recover it. You'll sort of hack up the body in the process, though, because it's a shovel, it's pointy, it's metal, and as you dig around, you whoops, I think I just broke a rib, and you can shovel some
I'm
dirt
alright
off
with
of
it.
and sort of dig around this creature until you've uncovered the right arm and a section of the chest. I guess you want to uncover all the way to the left side of the chest, right, to the heart.
Yes.
All right, you can dig all the way until the chest is revealed, and you've got this patch here that reveals chest and arm, and then the areas around it is a little bit shallower.
Does it look like the cleric? Is it the same clothes that we were fighting the guy in?
Give me a charisma check, see if you can remember what he was wearing. That was days
Probably
ago, and you weren't
rags,
particularly
right?
impressed in what he was wearing.
No.
Yeah, who knows what he was wearing, dude.
All right, I shout up to the hole. Throw me down the stake and one of the hammers.
Toss you him.
All right. I remember my anatomy class. I line the stake up on the heart,
And
Like
that's
an
when the hand
almighty
reaches
flop.
out and grabs you. As you're standing in the grave, readying the situation, the ambush goes off. The creature within it reaches for you and claws at you, Imric, with a natural 19.
Can I ask? So me throwing the holy wafers on him didn't cause him to move at all, really? The stuff that should burn him, I would think.
You chuck some holy wafers in the hole for certain, but then your brother just like was digging around, so they probably just got dug right back out.
Okay.
Yeah, and tossing holy wafers on a vampire is not real.
Well, at least his head's on the
You need
ground.
like holy water or something. Just
fine,
throwing
sure.
holy wafers at someone is not the end-all be-all way. All
I'll
right.
take your damage here, Neal, but he's still under a lot of weight of dirt, and I intend to follow through with my action.
I understand.
Yeah.
You just have to survive the attack.
I'll grant you
there's,
this, Neal.
there's a significant negative modifier on this roll, though, isn't there? Because
He can't see him either, right?
his shoulders are underground.
He
He
should be
can't
at
see me.
-4 at the very least.
I mean, it should be a minus 16, I'd say. About.
Well, you got a natural 19, so.
All right, we'll settle on minus 10, Neal.
19 plus the base 9 to hit would bring us to a 28. I'll give you some penalties for the awkwardness of the blow, maybe up to a -4 total, but that's still a 24 to hit, natural 19. How much does that clear your AC by?
24, did you say?
Yeah.
Just what, a single crit? AC 16. Even surprised it's 15.
Off by 1. You are definitely surprised. None of that comes from like combat styles.
No. It's the armor style, and then a
Still
robe of
have the
protection, and
armor combat?
a ring of protection. I do.
Okay. All right.
We don't have any bless or none of that gives any kind of protections or advantages or anything like that.
I did give him bless, but I don't think that... I don't know how long it's been, right? I blessed him when he's found the arm. Has it been 6 minutes that he's been digging around trying to find the heart, you think?
Maybe I should do a strength check. I feel like it's probably close to around 6 minutes.
Let me just resolve.
Yeah, take it in.
We're gonna do 2d4 plus 6 damage.
Okay.
Quad. Uh, 4 and 6 is 10 damage.
All right.
Okay, no big deal. It's just 66% of your life.
It
Oh, no,
will
wait, I'm sorry.
rip into you for 10 points of damage. You yelp in pain as the vampire's arm grabs onto your leg and just rends down your thigh, ripping open your clothes and making 3 deep gouge marks across your leg. You bring your hammer up and down onto the creature.
No, onto the stake.
Stake. Well, the hammer goes onto the stake, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Give me a strength check.
Wait, is bless...
Take them.
Come
are
on.
we counting bless here?
Bless. Oh, that's right. You cast bless? And then
As
you had
soon
to
as we saw the
do-
arm. Yeah.
Right. Well, give me a strength check to see if you pass your strength check. Bless is still going.
Okay.
All right, bless is still going. Go ahead now and give me a strength check at a.
I'll just take that. I'll just take that one strength check.
No, it's okay.
Okay, let's just talk about this here, though, Neal. Right. First of all, a minute ago you said I broke ribs with a shovel by accident. This is a sharpened stake on the chest of a vampire.
Yeah.
You're asking me to make a check that has a less than 50% chance of working here.
It's not my fault you're weak.
No, but I'm
On a
saying
vampire that is pretty much immobilized because he's underground, correct? Like he's
I
under
think
a buttload
that-
of
It's a
shit.
wooden stake as opposed to a metal shovel, and you're going down through one of the most protected areas on the body. This right here, this top of the rib cage, is the strongest part of the rib cage, as opposed to like the side over here. Where
I feel like my stake could do that. I could stake someone right now.
Let's try it.
I'm sure you feel that way, but go down to a cadaver in a morgue, and you want to do this in one solid blow because the creature's
maybe,
not
yeah.
staying still. This is a combat situation. Give me a strength check, Nick.
Okay, wait.
What?
Can I have plus one because of the bless spell? It would usually give plus 1 to attack.
That's why we made this. Yeah.
Well,
Plus
hold
one
on.
to
There
hit.
might be more pluses, Nick. Let's use our brain.
Nope. Just make your strength check. It's so easy.
Yes.
You
23.
bring the stake through the creature's chest. It spazzes, it twitches, and then it falls very, very still.
All right. Fuck my
I'll
leg.
cover his head. So I can
Yeah.
put
Pull
hold on.
Emmerich out of the hole
I
and
climb
up
out.
onto
Yeah, I
the
climb out.
Okay.
Ah, my leg, Anton. Help me.
Wait, your leg?
It's like I can see like the bone in my leg right through this hole
Oh,
that
okay.
she's gashed out.
I'll-
Somebody dig its head out and cut it off.
I'll grab the shovel.
Yeah,
Cast
leave the
protection
shovel.
from evil on myself, which will take a minute if that's fine.
Yeah, so you grab the shovel, or Nick has been pulled out of the hole.
Yeah.
You grab the shovel, cast protection of evil upon yourself, and then jump into the pit.
Yeah, to dig. Well, I don't. Wait. Hold on. I don't want to just jump into the fucking pit. Let's talk about this real quick.
That's what I heard. I jumped into the pit.
I should be able to stand on the outside of the pit and dig in. Correct? I shouldn't have to be in the pit. Well, I'm just digging for his head. So
Yeah,
outside
so
of
you
the
want to stand outside and dig inside. So why would you jump in?
I don't want to jump in. That's what I want to do. I want to stand out and dig.
All right, so you cast protection from evil. You're about to jump in, think better of it, and then stand outside and dig around.
And
Okay.
dig for the head to cut it off and put holy wafers in. Yes.
Great. So you're definitely outside.
Could we
of the pit.
could we start kicking in or filling in dirt beneath the body and just dig out the head so that the rest of the body is buried?
So he digs the head while you guys like.
Yeah, I'll push
no
as much of the
arms.
dirt back in as I can, yeah, and then pack it as he tries to dig out just the head. Yeah.
You start to toss dirt in, and you see that one arm begins to like writhe and reach for your legs.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you're pretty good. It's not that deep. He's not buried 6 feet in the ground. The creature here was only like a foot or so underneath the ground, so you can easily be on the outside tossing dirt in as Mooton digs for the head, and eventually your shovel finds face.
Okay, I want to try to cut the head off with a sharp shovel.
All right.
Or- If the head
Give
is
me-
visible, can't I just swing at it?
Well, it's not visible, right? As you dig, like you hit something below the shovel mark.
gotcha.
You hit something, maybe like pulls a little bit of dirt off it, and you know it's rough location, but you can't even see what you're looking at. It's just like the area of the head that could be the jaw that you're hitting, or maybe the forehead, maybe the throat. It's hard to tell, especially since the lower part of the body has been buried again. So if you want to find the head, so you can like chop it off with the neck, you can dig around a little bit. Yeah. So you dig for that. Found for the head. Steven, meanwhile, you're trying to toss dirt in. And when something unusual happens, the creature's arm that you're attempting to bury has been like, whoops, right arm, flailing about, right? And that's not great. And at a certain point, the arm like reaches up to its maximum point, like out of the hole, and then like stretches and reaches for your leg.
Is this canon now, Neal?
It stretches well beyond the 3-foot range of a normal arm. However, it can't see you, so I don't know if it hits you.
Can't see you. It's staked.
18 against your AC?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't. Materials AC 22.
And then
Even if you don't
21.
have your shield on hand at the moment, you're fine. Fine.
Do I find
you
the
can
neck
see
now?
Arm like stretch out. It's maybe like a 5-foot arm now, and like reaching around at the edge of the pit for your leg.
look
Can
at
I
the
make an
neck
attack roll at the arm that's like coming out?
Yeah, you can totally make an attack roll at the arm.
Okay.
Go for it.
Do I get like
+1, high ground. He actually has high ground,
You'll
really.
have +4 because he's like on his back and like can't see you at all.
Okay. 16 or 15.
16. Yeah, you'll hack into the flesh of the arm.
Ooh.
Nice roll.
9 point damage. Sort of like cutting deeply into it, and the arm quickly retracts and shrinks down to its normal size, dipping into the earth again. Mooton, you dig around the face, and sure enough, you can like uncover it. In the process, with your shovel, you like rip off the nose of the creature. You shred the part of the face. You break the jawbone, and as you like retract your shovel, you can see it all repair itself because you don't have a magic shovel, and it's immune to non-magical damage. But you do get to its head, where you can see its eyes glaring at you, its hissing tongue, which stretches out maybe 6 inches. The eyes are like bright red now and staring at you. The face is contorted and twisted. Huge fangs stick out. The cheekbones are protruding as the cheeks themselves are sunken.
Emmerich, Tyrael, slice his head off.
I'll run over with my sword and fight.
It is the cleric right now.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Can I?
I get
Alright.
holy wafers ready to stuff in his mouth.
Tyrael, you go.
Yeah. Can I stab down into the hole?
You want to chop his head off?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this will be an attack with the shovel. The shovel normally doesn't do damage.
Wait, shovel? I
using
thought I
his
could
With
sword.
his
I
sword.
could
He's
use my
using a
sword.
Okay, this is an arming sword.
If that's what a warblade +1 is, yeah.
Or blood +1, yeah.
Longsword, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an axe if you want to try that.
Let's talk about chopping a head off. It's going to be hard with a stabbing motion in the sword to sever a head. Real hard. You're going to need a more appropriate tool.
All right, look, I've got an axe, so I'll hand you my +2 magic axe.
An axe is a great tool for beheading a person lying in the ground. Fantastic tool.
Okay. Okay.
Vampire struggles against the, call it the restrained nature of it.
What am I rolling to hit with an axe? I have no proficiency or anything with using axes.
-2 to hit because you're not proficient with it, but it's already a plus what?
+2,
axe?
+2.
2x, so those wash. So it's going to be a d20 plus your fighter level -1. So d20 +3. You don't have higher strength. D20 +3.
But it's held, so it's +4.
Yeah, you were just making it can't move.
Yeah,
right?
it-
Head can't
That'll be
move.
impact his AC. Yeah.
So
You're
I will.
gonna hit it. You're guaranteed to hit it. This is just a question of like, do you hit it well enough to take it off in a single blow? And this first axe blow hacks into the neck. You can go ahead and roll for damage.
Which is a.
Nick,
I mean, it
will
does
tell you.
it does D6 lightning damage as well, but I think it's just
Just regular D.
D8. Let me just
Yeah.
check. Yeah, it's D8 plus D6.
Oh, okay. So there's a D8.
Well, it can't move, so you're just gonna keep
Or-
hacking it.
Oh, you're not doing the electric damage. You're just doing the.
Or do I? Well, because we're trying to hack the head off, not electrocute it, right? I don't
Yeah,
know. Matters.
yeah.
All right, so the first hack comes in and like rips open the throat a little bit. The vampire hisses and then stares at you, and I think it tries to meet your gaze. But you have an amulet of resist charm, don't you?
That is correct.
Yes, and the honeyed voice of the cleric calls to you, saying, "I need your help. I've been taken. Please lead me back to the light of a stair." As the eyes gaze upon you, trying to charm you. I think you get a +4 to your resistance against charm here. So go ahead and make me a saving throw versus spell at +4.
So combat saving throw versus spell. I feel like I had one more to this, but I don't remember why.
Are you currently blessed?
Yeah, I might be.
How long are we talking about? How long is the bless lasting?
Yeah, the bless is definitely worn off.
I didn't want to bring it up because I think it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little.
I also have. Did the ring of protection give me 1 to my save here? We have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
So
was
then my spell save is 13, and then so it should be 12. So I need to roll a high or low.
An
You
8
want to
or
roll
higher.
a d20 +5, and you want to roll a 13 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Nice.
Yes, the vampire tries to sink his thoughts into your brain and manipulate your mind, but you can shrug it off without any problem. Go ahead and make me another attack.
Another attack roll.
Yeah, 20 plus 3. And
nice.
this time, you will bring its head from its shoulders. It hisses as the head leaves the body, and the tongue flicks out and screams in a silent scream.
I will stuff the head full of holy wafers in a... I'm trying to think of how to do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna stuff the fucking head full of holy wafers.
Well, that will do it, because the head will begin to shrivel and boil and hiss and pop, and the flesh will melt from its face, and the holy wafers will stay where it is, and the muscle will liquefy, and the sinew and the tendons and the fascia will all flow out into like a putrid pile of goo on the ground, leaving just the skull, and holy wafers eventually fall out when everything does.
Does the scroll have vampire fangs
Teeth.
as well.
Has regular human.
That's bullshit, Neal.
I grab my shovel and head back to the garden. Maybe the others are rematerializing under their coffins as well. And I want to go back to, the 2 male graves that we dug out. Male vampires, Neal.
Mm-hmm.
The holes that we dug their coffins out are still in there, right? So I want to start digging into that hole a bit deeper.
Okay. You dig. Sun comes up. The rain has stopped.
At one point, as the sun comes up, Anton is just gonna say, "Can we just get the fuck out of here?"
Yeah, I think it's time to leave.
All right. Do I find anything in the hour between then and now? All right. I fucking throw the shovel back in. I climb out of the hole. All right, let's leave. I guess I'll look to the night and say, I shrug and say, I guess we did it. I guess we did it.
We did it. Bless Velthara. Thank her, young knight, for she saved us.
What about Lady Cassandra?
She's dealt with.
What do you mean?
Look at the back of the house. Are you sure?
Why? Did you see something?
It's a little anticlimactic. Surely thought Lady Ulworth there'd be something.
I thought so too, but seems the evil is leaving this place. Maybe she somehow snuck past us and has left the passage new, or maybe
Maybe the Sanctify
perhaps
did
Anton's
what it was
holy
supposed
magic
to.
stopped her from reforming.
You guys can retreat. She will come with you, and you can make your way back down out of the mountain.
Okay, wait, hold on. I just take issue with the phrasing of that. We're not retreating. We are leaving victoriously. Okay?
Yeah, this definitely
clear
isn't
there.
a retreat.
This is not a retreat. But go ahead.
Not all retreat means fleeing combat.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page here. We're not. We are walking out with our heads held high.
Yeah,
we
we're on
killed
the
the
same
vampire.
page.
We've done it all.
Over and you retreat for the evening to your bedroom. It's not a fleeing your guest. It's simply a going
Sure.
back to a yes.
Okay.
I'd say there's a close to 80% chance that we don't get experience for killing Cassandra.
No way. We're going back. Or we'll just walk down to the village. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the original village where garlic or onion. What was his name?
Garlic.
Yeah, I want to go all the way back down to that village. Okay, fuck these closer ones.
True.
Yeah. You can head back down the path. You can make your way to Gilroy. You wanted to go to Garlic? He's even further down.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily him, but just that village. What was it called? Was it in Rosewater?
It was Rose. The village was Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should get a tavern and spend a well-deserved night resting and reflecting on what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You come back down. People poke their heads out as you walk through the villages on the way past. Those other halflings left for you, and clearly they have made it somewhere, because you don't see their bodies on the side of the road, and told their tale because you see all the heads of the villages looking at you.
As we head back too, can we stop by that one barmaid? Was it Ham? I don't remember the name. Who was enamored with the vampire, to see if they're still enamored with the vampire? Nick should be able to check with his
Barmaid
ESPN.
who left the message in the
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one that. Yeah. That.
She works in that tavern in the first village, so I should be able to check on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She will come back through the town, I think, during the morning, and she'll be in there cleaning up, getting ready for the day. You know, the bar's not quite open, but the windows and doors are opened, and she's in there sweeping and making preparations.
I can see her, right? So I'll first use the amulet to read her mind. See, and I'll probe a little deeper, just because
work.
There's no element of like a panic that her lord has died.
Nope. At this moment in time, her thoughts are simply on the work that she's doing.
Okay.
Just talk to her.
Yeah, I guess I'll knock on the door. And come on in. It's a tavern, right? So I don't even need to knock. I'll come in. Walk in.
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss.
Hello.
Do you recognize me?
Yes, of course. How could I forget you?
Has anything changed for you in the last day or so?
Huh?
Lady Olworth up in the valley. Have you spoken to her? I know that you two are quite good friends, and I'll while she replies, I'll read her thoughts when I mention her name.
Fingering the amulet on your neck, you can see that her face goes concerned, and says, we weren't particularly close at all. And her thoughts turn toward what the fuck? Who is this guy?
I thought, did you not used to write to each other?
She takes a few steps backwards away from you and holds up her broom defensively. Who are you?
Who are you? In league with vampires, are you? Lady Allworth has been slain.
She backs up further to the far end of the room and starts calling for help through a window. Help! Help!
I'll speak up since he is going to be fingering his amulet, I think, to, like, deep probably in.
Yeah.
I'll speak up to her. There's no reason for that. My brother was just... We saw you one day going to the tree, and then the vampire came and checked that very tree. Do you not recall this, my lady?
Out a back window.
I'm not going to let her scramble, Koibu.
Yeah, fuck that.
If I see her start to leave, I'm going to go and try to grab her.
Yeah, she tries to make it through a window. It's a small building. No, this is the Blue Dragon. This is not
big. It's the inn. No.
No, because she was in a town closer to.
Yeah, this is just a small village.
Oh no, yeah, this is a different inn in the small village. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys are like in. So she'll climb out a window. You're already kind of having to duck inside this building, but you can make it to her and make me an attack roll. Hit AC 10. She'll get a +2 for a back attack.
No. Does she turn around to face us as we sort of like back her into a corner?
No, she runs to climb out a window. Escape.
Okay. So you want
roll to hit +2 for back attack. AC 10.
1d20.
No, but we don't want to kill her. I'm saying
we're not going to kill her. We're just going to grab her.
A grab. This is not
a
grab.
Okay.
So 1d20 + 5, right? 3 for level, 2 for back attack. Yes.
And only 2 for level. Aren't you level 3
for level
now?
Yeah, you're level 4.
Oh, you're level 4.
Remember, he only lost 1 level because
I only lost 1 level.
Multi-class.
Oh, right. Okay, it's 3 for level, 2 for back attack. D20 + 5. All you need.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, you go to grab her. You get hold of her slipper that she's wearing, and it falls off of her foot as she tumbles through the other side of the river door and starts running through town. Help! Help!
Did he get anything in her thoughts as she's like running away?
Just like, who the fuck is this person? How does he know what I'm doing with my time? Oh my god, I think he's a witch. And then like,
oh, so she did know then.
Well, yeah, she's super spooked out because all of a sudden a person's being like, remember that thing that you do in the secret, in the dark, in the night that I know all about?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. It's fucking terrifying.
Well, no, that's fine. It's more of like, if she was under her spell, then I would assume that she wouldn't like remember going and doing that or whatever. But yeah.
Well,
that's fine.
She would remember doing it.
If she was just charmed, she'll remember everything, yeah.
I guess, yeah.
What do you do?
I want to run out of the tavern. I'm faster than I want to try and get an angle on her to color spray her, but I just need to get like in front of her.
Can I run out there and tackle her? Can I run out and tackle her incredibly quickly? I have my cloak of the cheetah. I'll come out the front and I will just boom.
Less worse than color spray.
Yeah, you can chase her down without a problem. Go ahead and make me that same roll to hit with +2 for back attack. Kill her, brother.
Okay, stop. Okay, roll 1d20 +2 +3 for my level.
Yep. You tackle the halfling to the ground.
I'll pick her up and I'll carry her.
These events.
What?
There are many witnesses to these events.
Okay, but the halflings have come through this town, right?
Crying for help.
This woman is in league with the vampire. She's been charmed. Pay this no mind.
We're gonna need to cull this village. We're gonna need to Arthas this shit.
What's the response when I say
that? No one says anything, and she's currently buried underneath your brother.
No, I'll pick her up. I want to hold her up. Can I? I should be able to hold her up, right?
Help! Someone help! She screams. She shouts. She tries to bite your hands.
Stop. Okay, no, I got a grip on her. Okay, I'm holding her around beneath the bosom. Okay, can I do that?
Sure.
She should be like 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall.
Find her and grab her from below and lift her up a little bit so she can't.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
Tries to bite. She can't reach anything. Her arms come and like.
Good.
claw
Yeah,
out.
she can do that. Okay, I will hold her and I will wait, and I will say, bring your local authority to us, if you wish. We need to talk to this woman. We believe that she's been in league with great evils. We will wait for your local authority. We will answer to them if they come and wish to detain all of us.
You will try. I'll say quietly.
We're waiting. We'll wait. Call the police.
Some
I mean,
halflings speak, others gather out front. Soon this little village of, I don't know, maybe like a couple hundred halflings total ends up outside watching this thing that's going on. The woman eventually calms down a little bit after she's been suspended in the air for a few minutes, but she pleads with the others standing by to intervene. They're all a little nervous. You guys are big. You're heavily armed. You have strange, noble accents, and you've just been visiting up the place. You're coming down all dirty. There's a knight with you. You're talking about vampires, and halflings aren't necessarily brave folk.
Are we, did we rest a night before talking to her?
No.
Jesus.
No, you guys were up all night digging again.
Okay.
We're diggers.
All right, we got her, but no. I mean, it seems like she's still charmed, right?
Wait,
Does
does
it seem
it?
like
It
she's
didn't
still
seem like... I thought it wasn't.
No, you think that she's not still charmed? How can we get her to prove it?
I don't... Fuck, I'm trying to remember. I thought the way that you talked, it sounded like she wasn't necessarily charmed anymore. But she could just be
I don't know,
scared.
she's still trying to run away, right?
Well, yeah,
Like, I
because
feel
you
like
just discovered that she was doing, like, really bad fucking shit in the middle of the fucking night. Now she's scared that you're gonna kill her for it or some shit, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I know, okay. That's one argument. But my argument would be, like, if she like, awakens from this charm and realizes what she's been doing, like, I'm not sure her response would be... Like, I feel like she'd want to talk about, like, she'd know what we were trying to ask her
Well,
about.
I think even the night lady, when we had compelling evidence that we'd presented with her, it still took her a little bit to, like,
Yeah,
get out of it, right?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I guess we
Let's
have
just
to try
wait.
and
Yeah,
do
we
that.
just need to get her down and talk to her. Do we still have that night with us, that night lady?
She is here.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
maybe she can explain to her what it
No,
sounds
or well,
like.
wait. I want to wait for the police to show up because I want everybody to know that we're doing
I don't
this
think
on the
there's
up
any
and up.
halfling police.
Yeah,
There
no
must
one's
be
going
some
to.
local authority. There was in that one town we went to in the Riverlands, right? They
In
had
the
Yeah.
biggest like halfling town, yeah. Not
So
in
how-
somebody's
bumfuck village.
somebody's probably sending a message to him as we speak, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be a while.
It'll be many hours before anyone arrives from another town.
Why are we waiting for the police? We are the fucking law.
Steady now.
I am the law.
I will take the magical rope. I'll produce it out of my bag, and I will say bind. And I want it to tie this halfling up that I'm holding.
You can bind it to the halfling, and as you do
Nice.
so, one of the other farmers nearby steps forward and goes, "Well, hey there, friends. This isn't particularly nice. You should let her go. What's all this business about anyway? I'm tired of standing by while you harass my friends."
Listen, we will gladly let her go after we've had a chance to ask her some questions. There has been a great evil manifesting to the north of this town, and we believe that she may have been involved, intentionally or not, in perpetrating said evil. We would like to ask her a few questions. We'll wait for your local authority to show up if we need to. We mean no trouble to any of the people in this village, and we'll leave as soon as we've asked our questions.
I'll have you know I will be writing to the Prince of Rolwick about this incident, and I will be reporting you to the local authorities and the county authorities.
Listen,
Well,
buddy.
we
did you not
eagerly
see
await-
the 4 halflings with the vampire bites in their throat come down and tell their story about a few hours back, or last night? Did any of
What
you
does that
hear
have
that?
to do with this? He
I'm
says.
telling you, this woman was charmed by the same vampire that we've just spent the last 3 nights trying to slay up in that haunted manor that you guys keep up there.
He
I'm
steps
gonna-
down quietly.
I'm gonna carry the I want to carry her into the back into the what were we in, like a bar, tavern?
Yeah.
We're in
it
like a
was a
little tavern.
Yeah, I want to carry her back in and sit her down.
I'll put my hands on my side at the guy and say, "I hope your crops are small this year." And I'll go like that.
Jesus.
Got him.
Okay.
You
The
guys
real
can enter
vengeance.
the tavern. The knight will stand watch to keep the increasingly growing angry mob at bay.
Okay, we'll sit her down, and I'll look to Nick, and I'll say, Nick, ask away.
You mean Imric?
Imric. Okay. Who speaks
Oh.
halfling? Does
I do.
this one speak halfling? I said, do you speak Drakisian? To the
I speak the common tongue. She snaps
Fantastic.
at you.
While they do this, can I go out and check and see if she posted any notes on the tree when the 4 halflings came back to town?
Good idea.
There are no notes found.
Okay.
I say to the knight. I don't remember the knight's name, Neal. We must have got a name.
Yes.
Oh, we did get her name. I don't remember what it was though. She was from Bon Dundasir, right?
Yeah. Cal something.
Kel something. Yes, Kel something.
Cal something. You were charmed as well. Please try and help this halfling woman through the process of realizing what's happened to her, and if the charm truly has been lifted, if Cassandra is defeated, then perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
She will step forward and sit next to the bound halfling and speak with her in quiet tone, trying to soothe her, trying to reason with her. Halfling is pretty pissed off, you know.
And I'm reading her mind
Acting
during this.
Super reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
You can read.
I'll be guarding the front door.
The two are having a conversation. Halfling is mostly. You can, I guess, overhear bits of the conversation as you read the mind. The halfling is going on about, like, ridiculous. I'm just an innocent civilian in my own home doing my job when I'm attacked in the streets and bound by strangers from strange lands who don't fit in the building, who have no authority here. This is impossible. This is why we have laws to prevent this sort of harassment of those in power against, you know, she's going on a tirade about how unreasonable this all is.
Mm-hmm.
And the knight eventually, like, slowly changes the topic. Let me give the knight a charisma check. Natural 18, very good. The knight slowly changes the topic. Like, well, okay, but what do you know about Lady Ulworth? What do you know about this? What do you know about that? And the halfling seems to be of the opinion that, you know, Lady Ulworth is some figure up on the mountainside and not really particular to this halfling. The knight goes, well, you know, there's these notes in the trees that you've been leaving, and the woman is astounded that you know about this and starts calling witchcraft, sorcery, magic. The woman's like, yeah. The knight's like, yes, it is magic, but, you know, this is a cleric of Velthara, maybe not the most, you know, nice of deities, but still, this is a holy man, and this is his brother here, a powerful sorcerer in his own right. It's not quite witchcraft. You know, and tries to calm the halfling down, who eventually will tell the story that she has been hired to leave some notes about interesting or important things that happen in town, and just to leave them in a tree. And every time she does, she gets a little bit of gold in return, and that just helps make ends meet. And no particular who the messages are for, but as long as the system keeps working and she can set some money aside.
Wait, hired by who?
Cassandra?
She seems a little foggy on that issue, Press.
Does she remember, was it a lady? Was it notes that were left? Like, who?
When truly pressed on the issue, her face changes, and she tries to, like, she squints, her eyes go up, and she tries to remember, and it kind of comes back foggy, and she says, I actually, now that you ask me, I don't even remember how I learned who I'm doing this. It's a thing I do, and I don't remember for whom. And then she grows really concerned because it's clear that she hasn't thought about the details of this arrangement in a long time, and she doesn't remember them, but she's been acting on it for a while.
At that point, I will say, Cal something. Does this reaction
Ring any bells?
Does it ring any bells with how you view the actions that you made when you were charmed? Would you say that the way she's acting implies that she's no longer charmed, or could you remember the details before we dispelled the charm, for example, and afterwards it became foggy, or do you recall the details now that you didn't before?
No, I, as ashamed as I am to admit it, I worked directly for Lady Ulworth. I saw her every day, every night. Her face is burned into my memory. There's no way I could ever forget it. But this one, she hasn't seen the creature, the monster, but once a long time ago? No. It's a very different set of circumstances. But I remember the face.
describe the face to her, and then I want to probe her mind as he's describing the face and see if she feels like a sense of love or like a sense of trust as he's describing this face, or maybe the opposite.
No, nothing of the kind. The halfling doesn't seem to recognize the face of Lady Ulworth when described, or not in like there's no recognition, like snap recognition. You know, the features, this sort of hair, this sort of haunting look, this sort of complexion, and the halfling woman is like, I don't know who you're talking about. Sure, this is a person you're describing, but there's no recollection, no connection.
Do we have the hat of disguise?
Yes.
Could you not wear the hat of disguise and turn yourself to look like Cassandra and see how she reacts then? I mean, that might be a little, might freak out the night.
Possibly, yeah. I guess I could, yeah, you can read her thoughts. I'll be back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go turn the corner. I guess there should be like a hallway or stairs I can go up or whatever. And then, can I equip the hat of disguise?
Yes.
I see. And now, Exhibit A, as the door opens.
And then, yeah, I'll come back as Lady Cassandra.
Same thing, trying to gauge her initial thoughts when she sees Cassandra. Looking good there, brother. Of course it's doing wonders for you.
Fuck you.
Yes. Okay, so you can essentially look just like Lady. Someone who knows her, like you'll only look as much like her as you remember her looking like. Someone who knows her really, really well will probably, be able to tell the difference. This halfling is not such a person.
Mm-hmm.
And the night you can see shudders when she looks at you in a little bit of horror.
Mm-hmm.
But the halfling has no recollection or recognition.
Well, I'm kind of out of ideas on this one. I can't tell whether she's still charmed or not. We could waste a Dispel Magic Scroll to dispel the charm and see if she acts differently. If she does, that would prove that she was still charmed. But it's a waste of a scroll. If we're just going to leave anyway.
If we can get XP when we sleep, I can do detect charm.
We need
We'll
a
get
long
XP when
rest.
you get back to the capital and rest.
Then yeah, we should just fuck off.
Yeah, I think we should just head back. Fuck it.
Okay, I guess we'll speak to Kel something beforehand and say,
No,
well,
she's coming with us.
wait, is she coming back to the capital with us?
We have
She
to
not
take
gonna
her to Bondundus here.
Oh, are we?
I think so. Are we not?
I don't know. I mean, I guess Kel something. Do you plan to stay here and help these folk, or would you like us to accompany you back to your home?
I'm going home. I hope to leave these lands behind in my mind and in the flesh.
Very well. I look back to the halfling and...
Don't think I need your assistance getting home, though. I can...
Of course,
feet
yeah.
work.
I mean, I misspoke. I guess I'll go to the halfling and untie her bonds and give her a few silver and say I'm sorry for the trouble.
She does not speak to you.
Be very cautious if you see that person around here again. Then I guess I'll leave. I guess we're done here.
I will remove my hat.
Is
How does
Splinter
it-
anywhere to be found? Oh, sorry.
How does it work when I remove my hat? Do I just instantly transform in front of somebody's eyes? Do I slowly transform? Do they like rub their eyes and they realize that I'm not a woman in a dress, or what?
What does the act of dispelling an illusion on a person look like? I guess it could be keyed in a lot of different ways. I think in this situation, as you remove the hat, you sort of like, you grow a little bit as you pull it off, and your features sort of meld back to what they were.
Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
bad 90s transitions.
Also, how quick does this hat work? If I put this on, do I transform in the course of 1 second, 1 minute?
It's a really sick item, actually.
Yeah.
Even if you could just transform into like a random person, it would be good. But the fact you can like copy someone else's. Super cool.
Features. The hat is removed. The Dwemer is instantly dispelled as far as the guise is concerned. I think it takes, the matter of a few seconds. So if you can reasonably get out of view for 10 seconds, then you wouldn't have any problem changing without someone noticing.
Interesting.
Probably even 5 seconds would be enough to break view.
Okay. And then how much does this hat weigh?
Than a pound?
Like a pound? Okay.
Less than a pound, yeah. It's like a...
Can I find Splinter? He should be somewhere in this town, yeah.
Is...
I think he was in
Splinter-
Rosewood, or the next town down even.
Oh, Splinter was one of the wounded ones who retreated, right?
Correct.
He should be a few towns lower
Okay.
if he went home.
Yeah, we need to find him and bring him to his sister, at the very least, in Rose.
Or he might have already went back there.
If that's fine, I just want to get quest XP for that.
Yeah.
We can check in on her.
Yeah, we can check in
before
on
we
them
leave.
on the way back.
It'll be on the way back. So you can continue down to the next town, and the next town, and the next town, all the way down. I think it's actually going to be 2 days of traveling. You'll probably want to stop at one of these places.
Yeah, can we rest for a night on the way?
Yeah, as you continue walking down the path, you will see the halfling sheriff coming up the road. He's got his leather armor on. He's got his club at one side, his short sword at the other side, and he's accompanied by like 6 other halflings who are all pissed as fuck.
Give him a wave.
Them as coming up as you are coming down. He stops and like puts his arms out to hold back his people. He shouts in his little halfling voice, "You there, large folks! We've heard your reports of abduction and kidnapping."
Well, as you can see, we don't have anybody abducted or kidnapped. However, we have dispatched of the vampires that you know of as Lady Olworth. I'm sure that you've seen Splinter and the others on the way down, correct?
All I know is that ever since you've come to town, there's been nothing but trouble. Graves being dug up in the middle of the night, people going missing, injured people arriving.
I'm sure this trouble happened far before we came to this town, long before we got here. What do you wish us to do now? Or what do you wish to do with us?
I want you to leave the Riverlands.
Well, we're leaving.
Lucky
We're
for
on our
you,
way.
we're already on our way out of this place, so we'll be out of your hair. You guys can get out of our way. We'll all go on with our lives happily ever after.
We're
Okay.
leaving, but you should also acknowledge that we handled the vampire menace and potentially saved all of you, so you're welcome.
Leave them to their pride, Anton. You don't need to get out of our way. We'll just step over you.
Jesus.
They will part for you, and you guys can go back. And make your way down. Staying, I guess, on the side of the road, because no one's going to offer you their barns this time around. Word has spread from the people.
Oh yeah, as we leave, because I don't think I need it anymore, I'll give the sheriff the cleric's book and tell him to read over that to confirm our story, and we'll fuck off.
He will take the book. He will definitely read into it, because he is curious as to what all of these happen about.
Yeah.
And then we want to stop by and check in on... What? Her name wasn't Mary, was it? What was the name of the halfling? Splinter's
I think it was
sister?
Mary.
It might have been
It's
Mary.
like carrot or cabbage or something.
Some dumbass vegetable.
What the fuck?
Sorry, Koibu.
Say that sort of stuff. Different
I-
culture.
I think her name was Rose, like weirdly enough.
Oh, yeah, her name was definitely Rose.
It was
No,
like
that
Rose from
sounds
Rose
right.
River. Yeah.
No, wait. Rose was the driver. Daisy was Rose's daughter, and Bud was
Oh,
the gardener.
She was just some halfling. Rosemary, maybe. Add them both. Combine them.
Rosemary. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was probably, yeah.
Well, I think it's just a simple matter of a couple days of travel, which we don't need to go over. You can spend the night on the side of the road, recover your exhaustion somewhat. The real issue is now getting, because there's no boat to take you home, so you're going to have to travel across the Voden Plain to Kershwick. Back to...
Wait, we
Did our
did take a
boat
boat. We did take a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
did
did.
take a boat,
We did, but it's not there now.
Oh.
but it's not like you left the boat here. here. It's like
Whatever.
Well, you know,
We'll walk.
whilst we're walking, should we not maybe walk to Rolwick and see if we can not find this Rupert fella?
I want to go back to the city and get XP.
Rolwick,
Rolwick is where the knight is from, right? As well.
Yeah,
No, I thought they were from Bond Understeer, no?
No, I think it's Rolwick.
the only item we're missing is that belt sword thing.
The
Was
sword
it a
belt,
belt that
yeah.
allowed us to store a sword, or was it a belt that turned into a sword?
I think
it
it
was
was
not-
a belt that whose handle, when gripped and drawn, would draw a sword from it.
And is it a +1 arming sword, or?
It's expected to be a +1 magic weapon that is hidden as a belt, carries the same weight as a belt.
That's a loser item. Is what
Yeah,
we
it
call it.
doesn't seem like.
Well, I mean, it's decent for a rogue sneaking into places.
I mean, like
there
it's
where
not
you-
like that. Plus, the Hat of Disguise seems cool, but we can always come back to Rolwick, right?
Okay, sure, but the longer we wait, the more likely Rupert, whoever he is likely to have moved on.
If we go to, well, wait, how long ago do we think this belt was given? What did the?
It was not. It wasn't that long ago, right? The knight said. It
Yeah,
was
I
like
thought you
it
said
was
within
only
the-
just before we showed up.
In that case, we can go. I think searching a city for somebody should be pretty light work, right? Like we can take a long rest and just kind of search a city looking for somebody, like asking around.
Yeah, what you mean to get experience? I
Yes,
mean, I'd
yeah.
say so. Like if we're going
So-
to Rolwick and rest, we should be able to.
Yeah,
XP
I mean, if we can get
and
XP,
last
that's fine. But we're also talking about dealing with the guy who literally was chill with a vampire. We don't know if this is a worse vampire, and we don't have the things to deal with him. And I'm honest to God not interested in dealing with him for a +1 fucking.
It's a
sword.
sneaky
You two
sword.
want to?
I
don't care.
Yeah, I think we should because I don't think he's going to be a vampire. We'll know if he's in the sunlight. We can figure that out really easily. I think we just try to negotiate with him. We can use leverage for the fact that he traded with a vampire. We know it's a vampire. We'll expose him otherwise. Like we can try to do this like real easy. If it doesn't give, then we just leave or something.
I vote no.
I
I
vote.
can be outvoted.
I vote hell yeah.
I don't think a sneaky sword is useful almost at all.
I think the Hat of Disguise plus a sneaky sword means stealth killing people.
Hat of Disguise should already get rid of the sword on your body. If it works the same way as a druid does, you shouldn't see.
How
the
does,
sword.
yeah, wait, how does a Hat of Disguise work? Let's say I've got like 5 million pounds of ultra heavy encumbered gear on me, and then I put on the Hat of Disguise and turn into like a tall halfling. Like, is it all just completely gone, or?
It's not gone. It's an illusion that your disguise is illusionary. So if someone were to come and like pat you down, they would instantly recognize that you're like not what you appear to be.
Correct.
The Hat of
But if
Disguise
you
is
only
literally
looking at-
like to double disguise. I could take it off and look, now you see who I truly am, and I have no tricks, but I could still have a trick.
So
it might
the
also.
Hat of Disguise won't help you in an area that is guarded that you would have to be like searched or
Yeah,
where
sure.
there are like real good guards on.
It's also it's also
no. It might if you were just changing your face.
well,
So,
but I
like,
couldn't hide
look
weapons on
like
me, right?
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
but
I'm
if
just
you-
saying, like, if you were trying to not get caught for being whoever you are. you
Yeah,
could-
but I could hide weapons against guards searching for you with the belt. That's something you could sneak a weapon in. Another thing too is the guy might just have more information about that lady. Maybe he'll know something
Big
about it.
loser mission.
This is a winner mission. I've never felt a bigger
I don't know.
win
I don't
mission.
know why you want a sword that can be hidden. We're not even going in cities often to like hide things from people. We're going into tombs mainly. If you want to go fuck
he
around
is
with this for
right.
like 2 hours, it's fine. But
Well,
think
I
it's
mean,
a
like
waste of
that's kind of true, except for when we do, right? Like one of the missions
When?
we just had a massive mission a few episodes ago where we went to like a prince's dinner or whatever, and like had to put a whole bunch of people to sleep and everything, right? That's
Did
like
you ever use a sword?
All right. Anyway, look, you guys. It's my decision, right?
Yeah.
So 1-1. So my question is, Neal, can we take a quote unquote long rest in Rolwick at the same time as doing this, or are you saying that we don't get to long rest until we get back to the capital?
I'm saying you won't get XP until you get back to the capital and rest.
So
and, like,
I
have
think
dinner.
we suck it off and go back to the capital. I think it's just not worth the time.
Okay.
If we could rest at the same time, then it would be worth it. But
Sure.
Are we only able to long rest in this campaign in the capital?
Long rest is not a concept that applies here. But
Okay.
to get your XP, you're going to need to be in a situation where you can relax and reflect and let down your guard and heal from your injuries.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I think the capital is usually a pretty good spot for that. Situationally, we might do other areas, but I think it works well.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
okay.
Alright. It'll be a jaunt across the West Voden Plain.
Okay,
and-
wait. So sorry though. Last thing though, we can say to the knight to look into someone called Rupert who had recently travelled to the Riverlands. She's going back to Rolwick anyway. So, maybe we can catch up with her at a later date.
I was hoping to put this whole event behind me and forget it. But I guess I am responsible for a certain amount of evil being done in my name.
If you really feel that way, then you can...
search for this Rupert man. Can do so. How will I find you to inform you?
You can just write to the capital, right?
Maybe we shouldn't say that.
I don't think I know your names even.
It's best left that way. You'll be in Rolwick, right? Perhaps one day we'll meet again.
You'll understand if I am a little wary about trusting people whose names I don't even know after charmed by a vampire. Who are you people?
I look to the other two. I shake my head. I'm afraid we can't say.
Why not?
We were sent on a mission to find and slay evil creatures in these lands. As much as we have shared with you an experience, I'm sure you can understand that letting everybody know exactly who we are leaves us open and vulnerable to the very types of creatures that we hope to slay. Obviously, it would have been quite difficult for us to head north and kill Cassandra had she known who we were and if we were coming, and if we were to just share our names and identities with anybody that asked, it would make us quite compromised when it comes to completing work like this. It sounds very shady. I'm sorry for that. I hope you understand, but...
I don't.
It's for your own benefit, Cal something.
You sound just like...
Just like what?
Sure.
What's that?
Telling me to trust you when I can't trust the things that you've said?
No.
Well, I mean, I think
fine,
we've
don't
shown.
trust us.
I think we've shown you pretty openly that you were under the care and illusion of a vampire. I think we freed you from that, which I think is
Unless
worth.
you just charmed me and she
Look,
was a woman
listen.
all along.
Well, we're setting you free right now. You can find whatever priest or whatever cleric you'd like to dispel whatever magics you think may or may not be possessing you, and then once you've once you've had those spells cast upon you, you can be clear in knowing that we don't have you under any sort of charm or any sort of spell. But I mean, other than that, I mean, the world is what you make of it in your brain. It's up to you to figure that out.
I'll whisper to Emmerich. Doesn't she owe us a life debt now that we've saved a knight's life?
I mean, I'd say she does, but I intend to just leave her be. Listen, Cal something. Can I call you son? Listen, son.
Please.
I'm not asking you to trust us. At the end of the day, you can go and do what you want, but we can't tell you who we are. If you could look into Rupert for us, we'd appreciate it. But if not, that's your business, and I hope things get better for you.
What kind of sword does she carry?
She has a regular arming sword. I think Nick gave her a +1 sword for a little while, which she's probably getting back now.
Yes, thank you.
You gave her a +1. Do you still have it now?
I've got it back. I only gave it to her when we
Is
were
this like an
fighting
extra super special +1 sword?
No.
Yeah, I'll look to Emmerich. Emmerich.
Yes.
Lady. Oh, wait, what the fuck is this lady's name? It's not Olworth. What's the knight's name?
Cal something.
Kel something? Kel something.
Yeah.
What is her name?
That's it.
That's her name. That's her name, Cal something.
That's what
You
we're
can call her-
using.
You can call her son for short.
Wait, what?
No one wrote her name down, so now her name's something.
Kel something.
Okay, Kel Sum. Did she ever fight with that sword earlier? Was she able to or no?
I think she hit one person with it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Kel Sum.
She's a loser of a knight and doesn't deserve the sword.
If you'd
Not
like,
true.
we have but one simple request for you. If you could find out any information about Rupert and either write us back or have him write us back, you can send a letter to... There must be like a post office or some general postmaster place where you could leave.
Maybe the noble tavern in Wickfront Lorenta, perhaps. Like say, leave it for, you know, Cal Thingston or something like that.
Wait, so-
And we
yeah,
can
so
just- we can ask.
Yeah, so I'll ask her, could you leave a letter or have him write that we have a trade that he may be interested in? And write this to some general post box in the capital where we can retrieve the message. And in exchange for that, we will offer you, up front, a token of our goodwill, this magical arming sword that you can use in your future endeavors.
I begrudgingly withdraw it from my bag.
We have like 15 +1 swords at home, right?
Yeah, I know.
30.
I know.
Okay.
She will acquiesce. You guys have helped her. She was a little worried again. She's had her mind fucked with a lot, so she's a little bit skittish about, you know, what's truth, what's not truth anymore. But you've convinced her well enough.
Mm-hmm.
She will write to the noble, one of the fancier taverns in Wicthron Renta, but she'll need a name under which to leave this letter. And then
Just
you guys
leave it
will
under
need to-
Kel something, and then we
Yeah.
will go and ask about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll hand her the arming sword back.
And if Rupert writes in, he can leave it to the same Kel something, and we'll retrieve it. Tell him that we very much believe that he would be interested in what we have to trade with him, and that we are very much aware of the last person of whom he traded with. Also, impress upon him that we and others may know who he's traded with, and it would be in his best interest to communicate with us to correspond as soon as possible.
Okay. She will do these things, and as you guys set off from the river, from Gilroy, you'll make it to about here on the plains, and then she will head for Ralwick while you guys head south along the coast.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
True.
Back to the capital?
I think our horse should be waiting for us in Kirschwick. Our carriage. Unless they went home.
Yeah, if you told them to wait in Kirschwick, they'd wait in Kirschwick. If you told them to go home, they'd go home. It doesn't particularly matter.
Make them wait.
Servants. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have everyone make me perception checks at like minus, like at a really large, small change notice.
Get attacked by a vampire.
-8? Perception checks at -8.
Nope,
Oh,
nope.
good shit.
Yeah, it would have to be
Wait. Oh my god. Good job.
terrible.
Wait, what are we doing perception checks for? What was...
It
We
doesn't
don't know.
matter. It doesn't.
Okay.
Definitely not for being stalked by Cassandra.
Okay.
Right. You will travel. You have plenty of food. No need to worry about that. It's 60 miles to Kirschwick, so it's going to take you a little bit more than 3 days to get there. But 4 days later, arrive back at Kirschwick. You'll find your servants left at the same tavern. Left them at about 2 weeks ago now, I think. 1 week, a week and a half ago. They'll load you up in the carriage, and immediately they'll start in like, "Oh my God, Lord McGarry, your pants! What happened to them? They're shredded. We'll need to get a new seamstress over here to fix them right away." God,
Let's
your
just
clothes are all
let's
bloody
travel
now.
home first. Let's travel home
What
first.
sort of trouble did you get yourselves into? The servants are very concerned about your well-being.
I just like wave them away. I don't want to talk about it.
Take us home. I clap.
And they will take you home by carriage. You will arrive home 40, 70. Quick math.
We want to take a break here while we travel home and rest?
Yes, let's take a break.
All right, we will be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Our party returns to the capital, where you guys can rest. Before we get too much else, why don't we talk about experience?
Yes, please.
So, for all of the quest-related things, each of you will have to split this between your classes, but you'll each take home 17,084 experience. Yeah,
That's just for quest XP.
yeah, that's before spells and individual classes.
Okay, yeah.
84.
Right. Damn.
A lot. This might be your biggest single dump of experience for a very, very long.
I'll do me then, Neil. I learned 2 spells, which gets me 200 XP, and I think I cast 8 levels of spells, which is another 400. So I think it's another 600 XP for me.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. There's been a lot of shit going down, so I don't think we need to go back and inspect all of them, especially when compared to the huge XP dump you got. Lucas, you had quite a few more spells cast, I think.
Yes, I had 1,900 XP worth of spells.
Whoa! Okay,
I guess for the chat. Well,
1,900.
Yep.
1,900?
yeah, 1,900.
Okay.
I'll put them in here, and I can count. I can call them out if you'd like. 2 Speak with Deads, 2 Cure Light Wounds, 3 cure moderate wounds, 2 naps, 5 protection from evils. Those were mainly in the past 2 sessions. 1 locate object, 1 hold person, 1 restore strength, 1 iron vigil, 2 detect evils, and 1 sanctify.
Yep, that sounds all right.
How many hit die creatures did we defeat?
Ooh. Uh, 42 hit dice.
So that's 42 times 40.
40, so that should be another 1,680 for your fighters.
80 XP.
Wait, for both of us? Or all of us?
For all of us, yeah.
Wait, how much was it again?
1680.
1680.
But that's only for fighter, yeah.
Yep.
Just for the fighter subclass. Rogue, let's see. You climbed walls. What else did you do?
I wrote it all down in chat.
One, two, 5, 7. Okay, so that's 7 times 200. So that should be 1,400 for the rogue.
Okay. 1,400, you said?
Mm-hmm.
This is so much XP.
It's a lot.
Do you think I furthered my god's ethos by taking revenge on the vampires?
No.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, the vampires hadn't personally slighted you. Your only revenge was for the damage that they did to
The
you.
one
That's
that XP ranged me, you don't think personally slighted me? The one that stole a level? Really?
I mean, that's like saying the vampire hit me in combat and now I want to kill it for revenge. So, like,
It's like saying someone took your arm off and then you go back and kill him, I think. I think
Maybe,
that's
like,
more of a...
if you hunt down the vampire at a later date, that will be revenge, but not while it's all in the same.
Oh, we also lifted some very nice clothing off of the mannequins. How much is that worth, the GP value? When we were in the basement,
right,
yes,
right.
there were no magical items, but the mannequins had incredibly nice clothing that we took.
You guys took the mannequin's clothing?
Yes, it was very
He
nice.
said
You
he did. I don't know if
explicitly
he put
called
on
it
the
out.
sheet.
What's it worth?
You're gonna grind XP. You're gonna grind XP. I take it. No actual reason to take this stuff. You're not actually going to sell it or turn it into money in any way.
We'll hand it out to the halflings on our way back. Fuck it, we could have given it to them.
I can't, in good conscience, give you XP for stealing clothes off mannequins and then handing them out to halflings along
It's
the
like
way.
Robin
That's
Hood.
not-
All right, I don't care that much.
That's. Bridge.
What about the fake healing potions? Were those worth any money? We stole 6 of those. No?
Do you have 6 of them? No, I'm not going to call them treasure.
Okay.
Are we waiting on any other XP, or...?
This is like clever idea and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyone have any clever ideas?
Sanctifying the ground? And blessing it?
Yeah, I think Sanctifying and Blessing the Ground was a good use of spells. So you can take 50 for each of that, so another 100 for your cleric, or 100 for your class, whatever.
Trying to think what else we did. I mean, someone had the idea of speaking to the dead person who died in the carriage.
Yeah, but that's just regular use of spells, right? That's just...
There was the clever idea I had about not informing the party about the note so that we could ambush Cassandra in the barn.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, that
real
worked
clever.
out.
You really
that was
fooled
a
us.
smart one. Yeah. Well, I fooled everyone with that one. I mean, not just Cassandra, Neal,
Oh, my
You-
protection from evil fake as well.
myself.
Okay. Oh, the Protection from Evil fake was super clutch. Take 100 for that. That was...
What about using the magic rope to bring my brothers up the wall?
That
good
was,
idea.
that was clever too, yeah. Why don't you take 50 for that?
50 each or 25 each?
50 for just you?
No, but I'm
He's
sorry,
asking
50 each
for-
class or?
Class.
Oh, this is individual wards. This just goes to you, your character, which divides between class, so 25 for each.
Awesome.
Okay.
So now here,
I don't need any more XP. Go
If Nick
some.
didn't get any, I would argue one would be the hat disguising as Cassandra to like figure that out. Give him 25.
I don't want it. Yeah, you can keep it 25 XP.
Wait, was that my
Keep your
idea?
XP.
No,
That was
that's
Nick's.
Oh, fuck you.
okay. So we're gonna start with Nick. What fighter XP are you at now?
23,989.
Okay, so you only gained 1 level as a fighter.
Yeah, it's the same with Wizard as well. I'm just comfortably level 5 on both.
Yeah, I think it's the same for everybody.
Yep.
No one gains enough XP to level twice, right? Because that's a big no-no indeed.
Nope.
Cleric, what are you at now for XP?
24.6k for my fighter, 20k for my cleric.
So 20 clay for your cleric would bring your cleric to 5th level, and you were third.
Oh,
No, he
wait,
wasn't.
no, I was 4th level.
You drained down to 3.
Yeah. No, he drained. He was 5th. He got drained down to 4 because he had.
Yeah, I was
spells.
5th. I got
Oh.
drained down to 4th.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now you're at 20 something.
Yeah, now I'm at 2 or something, and now I'm
so you're
back to 5th. Yeah.
Funded.
Wait, no. Sorry, I'm at. Yeah, sorry, I'm stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm at
You're
5th.
Okay. And Rogue, what's your current max XP?
35,160 for Rogue.
All right, so that brings you to 6th, and you were 5th.
Nope, I was 6. I'm still 6. I believe.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, for anyone who leveled up as a fighter, and I think that's all of you, it's time to roll some hit points.
I leveled up as a wizard as well.
And I did as a cleric.
Well then. What did we do about you losing hit points, Mr.
I already
Moon?
removed the last
You already,
roll.
okay, you
Yeah.
rolled a die. So now we go.
I removed whatever my old one was. You can ask Nick. We figured out the old one, I think.
Okay, you figure out the old one.
Did yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to just take that HP back and then roll for your new one, or
I would have been at 19. So if I can take that back and then roll for one more, that'd be good.
roll for your fighter, right?
That's a D10.
Yes. D10 divided by 2.
Nick, you roll first. I'm
Okay.
curious.
I'll roll first. I'm feeling a good roll here. Another 1. 1d10 divided by 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh!
Nice. Good roll.
Yeah.
Well, you want a half as well, so is that 5 or is it 4?
No, you add the 0.5 is what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, were you already on a half? Or not?
He was not.
No,
where
he
the
was not.
Fuck is my
He's just at 21.
21.
Wait, where's my HP?
I've rolled a
at?
1 and then
Combat
2
knife.
3s in a row, so I gotta roll well.
Come on.
Yes.
You go next.
That's pretty good, okay.
Yeah. Above average.
You need to roll your cleric HP as well.
I just took the 19.
Oh, you just took it. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
I
get to
rolled
roll
well
both.
last time.
All right, you ready?
Nick.
You ready for
I'm
this?
up.
Come on, Nick.
Come on. It's D6 for wizard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big.
Oof. That's not great.
Eh.
It's all right. It's 4 though total. It gets me to 25, I think. Cool.
Yep. Because you're at 21 and a half, so you'll get to 25.
Not
And
bad.
3rd level spells.
25, 25, 22 for hit points. Nice.
Can I roll some spells now?
Do you know what you want?
I think so. Yeah. I think. Let me just get the spell book open. I know which one. I know the first one I'm doing.
Well, hold on. So if you're gonna do spells, that also implies waiting time, like downtime in the city.
I think we're
Well,
all
I'm
fine.
not. I'm not leaving until I learn some spells at level
Yeah,
5.
I think we're all fine with waiting a little bit. Do our
While we're here,
saves change?
do our saves? Oh.
Ooh, good question.
I think
Oh,
for
yeah.
fighter level 5.
Will change save.
No change for priest.
No.
Warriors get new saves at 5.
Oh, do we get new
So-
proficiencies as well?
Wizards
Uh,
don't.
I'm gonna read you some numbers in your saving throws. If the numbers I read you are lower than what you have, take the lower one because lower is better.
Got it.
So EPD, paralyzation, poison, and death is 11.
Ooh.
Rod, stabs, and wands is 13. Petrification and polymorph is 12. Breath weapon is 13.
Ooh.
Spell is 14. Any of those went down for you?
Yeah.
At 5th
Cool.
level, do you get extra weapon proficiencies, or is that 6th?
Yes, at 6th level, as a fighter, you will get an additional weapon proficiency.
It's 6th or 5th.
6th.
6th.
Level evenly divisible by 3 fighter.
Yeah, so no fighter proficiencies.
Yeah.
Right, that's 6th. You get it.
Yeah.
And let's see. Rogue didn't go anywhere. Wizard went to 5th, but you don't get new saves until 6th as a wizard. Priest waffled back and forth between 4 and 5, but that's fine because you don't get new saves until 7th. So that should be it for you guys there.
Yep.
When you get back to the capital, you take probably a little bit of time to rest.
Oh, and then also, real quick before what do these items do, just so I know? Like, boots of springing and striding. How much do these weigh?
Do you already have just like a couple pounds of weight for your regular clothing
Yeah.
listed? If you do, then you don't have to worry about boot weight or hat weight and that stuff. It can just be included in part of your 5 pounds of clothing that
Okay.
you wear.
Can I wear the Hat of Disguise all the time? Or...
I suppose you could wear it without disguising yourself.
If he
could
disguises himself as
disguise
himself.
yourself
Could I?
yourself,
Yeah. Could I wear the hat and disguise myself as myself without the hat?
Yeah,
showing?
it just wouldn't be. It would be non-functional while.
Could I wear the hat and disguise myself as myself all the time, but my hair is always perfect?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a reason, Stephen, for not having silk clothes, which are 1 pound?
Yes. I thought I have 5 pound noble clothes. I thought we needed heavier clothing for the winter shit.
Yeah, and that also includes like boots and gloves and like a
Okay.
change of clothes and everything. So your clothing should come out to should weigh quite a bit. You know, you
I
got
thought last time you told me, like, when you have silk clothes on, you said 1 pound.
We did that at the for of Dice and Men. At some point, we bought nice clothing or something, but
Yeah, I asked at the start of this, and that's why I have it as 1 pound. If you
Yeah,
want
I
it up
get
to 5
the-
pound, we can, but...
So the clothing you can have down to 1 pound if you want to have like really light, noble clothing. That's fine. It's just like your boots are going to be the heavy factor here. So maybe like 2 pounds including boots.
Sure, I'll add that. That's fine.
Yeah.
See if that fucks with my weight.
I
No,
hope it doesn't
we're good.
fuck. Wait,
It
I'm
doesn't.
not trying to screw you here. I'm just trying to like.
Yeah, no.
wait. So noble clothing can be down to 2 pounds?
If you want to just have really light, loose clothing, you can do 2 pounds. But we are getting into like the middle of winter, or we are heading towards winter, and really light, loose clothing might become problematic at times for you. Probably not. I don't know.
Okay.
You know.
I would also like to commission fucking plate.
Oh, that's gonna take so fucking long. man.
That'll take
That's
a long time to make,
Yep, that's cool.
but it can be done. There are a couple of things you're going to learn when you come back.
Oh. Yeah.
While
Just so I have these things added in my sheet. What do the boots of springing and striding do?
okay, we can do this first.
Yeah, just so I know.
The boots.
I will.
The wearer of these magical boots has a base movement rate of 12, regardless of size or weight. Your base is already 12, so don't worry about it. This speed can be maintained tirelessly for up to 12 hours per day, but thereafter the boots do no longer function for 12 hours. They need that long to recharge. So, which, you know, that's not much of a change for you, other than the fact that you can now walk all day without needing to rest. Stop. In addition to the striding ability, these boots allow the wearer to make great leaps, while normal paces for the individual wearing of this type of footgear are 3 feet long. The boots also enable forward jumps of up to 30 feet, backward leaps up to 9 feet, and vertical springs of 15 feet.
That's cool.
If circumstances permit the use of such movement in combat, the wearer can effectively strike and spring away when he has initiative during a melee round. However, such activity involves a degree of danger. There's a base 20% chance that the wearer of the boots will stumble and be stunned on the following round. And then it's adjusted by deck. So if you want to do some fancy stuff to like hop in and out of danger, you can do it with a small chance of like botching it. In any event, the boots are better AC of 1 due to the quickness of movement, so +1 to AC.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
That +1 to AC is not magical. It's like
Dex?
deck AC. So anytime that you're like held or flat-footed
on the ground or whatever.
surprised, you don't get your dex bonus after that.
I go to the Veltharo Temple, get a pound of soil, and I'm gonna put it in my cloak of plenty or whatever, I'm gonna see if I can put it in one of those pockets, and I'll try to grab it out like a day later.
No, those pockets will not hold like maintain outer like things that you put in them. They will create things within them that you can then consume, but stuff that goes in them will like fall out,
Be gone
somehow when you're not paying attention.
I'll get a glass jar, and I'll put a pound of soil inside the jar. Put it up, put it in my bag.
Lovely. Let's see. That's the boots of stream strider.
I also need to know what the gloves of war do.
+1 to hit and damage.
+1 to hit and damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do I add that at?
You're using
You can do it on the character sheet, I believe.
you can just do it.
Combat.
The combat tab, that red box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it says one level and it's 3. Actually, no. Below that, where it says other source, you can just do gloves of war and then put +1 for melee and missile and thrown, and then check the box at the end of it, and it'll calculate.
That's just to hit, though. That's not damage, right?
Yeah. So to damage, you'd have to put it on your individual weapon. So on your warblade +1, change the 2 dam to 2, and the same thing with the warblade +1 large.
Understand.
For your short bow, for bows, they will get the bonus to damage. Fuck.
Also, are the gloves a magical weapon if you do an unarmed attack?
Yes, because now you're attacking with a magic. So
Also, do we get...
It won't do it to range. It won't do it to your ranged weapons. So missile is still 0.
Is our hit adjust from level 4 now that we're level 5 fighters?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll add that.
Okay. And then just to be clear, on the hat of disguise, you can disguise as anything. It's up to half your height or twice your height or 1.5 or what is the range on that?
It is, guys, 25% of height, 50% of weight.
25% of height, 50% of weight.
Yeah, up or down.
Gotcha. And a touch would reveal this, right?
Yeah.
So if I was had a disguise to a higher thing and somebody were to touch my head, they would feel nothing, right?
Right, their hand would like pass through you.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I didn't fuck my weapons up, right? So everything got basically +1 to damage and +1 to hit,
Except the ranged weapons.
except the range weapon.
Right.
It doesn't get the damage or hit.
Right.
Oh, because it's thrown, not missile. Okay.
Say he has his hat of disguise on, and someone goes to ruffle his hair. Now that his hair is permanently good, that his area is disguised. Would your hand like go away, or
It would touch the hat, I think, right? And reveal the disguise.
Your hand would bump into the hat, and that would probably dispel the illusion for the.
Are illusions to dispel an illusion? Does that dispel it for everybody, or just those that are paying attention?
Just those that are paying attention.
Okay, gotcha. So I could cloak myself as like, hey guys, look at me, I'm like a dispelled person, and then walk into a crowd of people, and then my party could later see me in that crowd, and they would know who I am, even if no one else could.
I didn't follow that.
So say there's a crowd of 20 people standing in front of some gallows or whatever. I could like put on my hat and say, I'm going to disguise myself as this person. They could all see me who I'm disguising myself as, and then whatever. I could walk into that crowd, and my party could come by later, look into the crowd, and they could point me out. Oh, there he is right there, even though I'm...
Because they already saw. Well, they would have seen who you disguised yourself as.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
What if we have two of the same people? They go behind a door. They both come out. We know that he's one of them. Can we see immediately through the illusion?
If the illusion is good, you would just see two of the exact same people.
Got it. Can we do what Nick does, where you try to see through the illusion and then see him?
You can try to dispel the illusion
Disbelieve him?
if you have a good reason to do so, and then you can make a saving throw. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you know that one of these two is him and one of them's illusioned, you can.
We will try to see through
it.
And these need to be humanoid creatures, right?
I believe so.
But it could be like goblins and stuff?
Yeah, as long as you got the height requirement.
I'm guessing you can only do weight. You can never do height, right? Or can you do a height?
25% height, 50% of weight, sex is male or female, hair is any color, eyes are any color, complexion is any color, facial features are highly mutable. Thus, the wearer could appear as a comely woman, a half-orc, or possibly even a gnome.
Could he do an elf? That would
Yep.
make sense.
Yep. It's all within the same realm. But again, your illusion is going to be based on what you see and what you know. So if you've never seen an elf in your entire life, then you might come up with a hokey elf that doesn't match reality.
Yeah.
You know?
But other people's might not have seen an elf either. So.
Yeah. So if you disguise yourself as a weird elf to someone who's never seen an elf, it's probably going to work fine.
Cool. All right.
Okay, you were going to say something happens, Neal, or shall I roll first spells?
Some things happen. You get back to town, you begin to rest, and immediately you hear the news that both Bridgegate and Ralwick have been destroyed by Scoria. Completely destroyed.
Completely destroyed.
Yeah.
What
Those are the towns up very near to where you were, actually.
Ralwick.
Bridgegate
Oh,
here, Ralwick. Ruined by dragon fire, destroyed, melted down to nothing.
It wasn't that bad though. We went there in the other campaign, right? I don't know. I'm just for continuity's sake. I don't know if it's changing. But...
This is grave news, and only makes our mission the more important.
How long after we'd left was it destroyed?
It was actually destroyed before you left, but word travels slowly, and you were preoccupied, and you didn't quite get the information until too late. Not that you could have done anything. What would you have done?
Gone and fought Square. We're ready. We have a few rings of fire protection, right?
Yeah, we got some scrolls.
No, it's not time yet. No way. I might be able to learn a spell now that will get us into that underwater temple.
That would be the greatest spell known to mankind. Now, brother, do you think I can help you with learning spells? If there's like a spell that I have that can give him pluses, can I help him with it?
Yeah, because he takes days to learn spells. So you're talking.
Is it possible for me to go back to my tutor and learn the spells with him for some sort of bonus? Because he is in town, and he is my tutor, and he...
You are pretty much beyond your tutor at this point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think
okay, I mean...
You're very much...
I shall just roll. If it's time.
Just roll well, Nick. We
fail
need the water spell.
Once again.
Do the water spell second. I feel like you usually get the second one.
Okay, I'll do it second.
I'm gonna also grab Imric another sword if he wants to add that to his sheet, and I'll take it off the party sheet.
Sure, I'll just leave it on. Yeah, Warblade +1.
I took it off of the home sheet.
What are we looking at here now?
I'm just trying to sort out some information that you may need or not need before we continue any farther.
Where we're going is going to depend on these spell rolls, I think.
Right, but where you're going is also going to probably depend on some of the information that I may feed you.
Yeah, sure.
Because the ground is an ever-changing.
Mm-hmm. I don't want anyone to freak out, but I'm not going to take Fireball.
What?
If I can avoid it. I'm going to take Lightning Bolt instead, which is basically the exact same as Fireball, instead of being a fiery explosion, it's like a line that bounces from wall to wall. I think it's better for like if we're in like a dungeon with narrow corridors. A lot of times Fireball like blow back in your face, whereas I can like arc a Lightning Bolt down the.
What's the damage difference?
It's the same.
Oh,
it's just light. It's just D6 per level, same as Fireball.
This can also hurt Scoria, I'd assume.
Yes.
Versus the Fireball, which can't.
And as well, a cool thing about it is if you like bounce it so it hits the same person more than once, they have to make that save multiple times. Which is pretty cool. If I fail it, though, I'll probably learn Fireball.
You're not gonna fail any
Go ahead
today.
and do your spells.
Okay. So first one is lightning bolt. I want to learn some spells from this book as well, Neal, while we're here. So I'm probably gonna be studying for a couple of weeks.
It's fine. I need plate mail. I don't know how long that takes. It could be months.
It's gonna take months. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, wait. What do I need again? Some stupid like 60, is it?
65, I thought.
No, it's just 60. No one in. No, okay, never mind.
Do you not get anything extra for level?
No.
It's based off of Zint.
Okay,
Smarter for him.
60 or lower, yeah.
If that's what your spell learn chance is.
Spell lightning bolt.
Ooh, there you go. And 3d2 days for how long it takes to learn.
4 days.
4 days.
Okay, next is your new version of water breathing, Neal.
Okay.
Please.
Well, okay, I've got water breathing in the spell book, but that you're saying, I think you said that was old water breathing, right?
That's old water breathing. You want new water breathing?
I want new water breathing, yeah.
You want enchantment water breathing, not
Yes.
alteration.
Good.
Okay. That's
That takes another 4 days. That's level 3 as well.
Okay.
That's all we needed.
Okay,
Are you
yeah,
finally
and then-
learning spells?
Yeah, and then bonus spell is... Okay,
Magic
Neal,
Mike.
talk to me about Wraith Form. Is that still the same way it used to be? Meaning, I can attack with a magic weapon whilst in Wraith Form, I can cast
No,
spells whilst
it's
in Wraith
broken
Form.
as shit. Yeah, fuck that.
Can I cast spells whilst in it?
No.
Okay, so fuck Wraith Form then.
Yeah, fuck. That's wildly overpowered, and
Oh, yes.
it was
Indeed
fun, but you are not the Wraith of the Tether Wilds.
Okay, I'll take Suggestion instead then. Okay, got that too. Another 4 days. Alright, and then after that, I'm learning Slow from the spell book. Yeah?
Yep.
Come on, this is... Yes! That's the best spell in the game. That's another 4 days. And then, finally, Magic Missile, let's go. Fuck.
No.
Still on, I'll take that. It's fine.
Give me D2 for how long that takes.
1.
The only wizard in the world without that spell.
I know. It's embarrassing. I mean, depending on how much time we've got, I've got more stuff I would learn, but I feel like that's 4, 8, 12. That's 17
2.5
days.
weeks. Yeah. That'll bring you through the end of November with just your spell learning.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna get a little vial of sand with rose petals. I'm gonna get a half a pound of that.
So the next time you return to the castle, after you've come back and you've rest and you've delivered your items to be identified, and Flirtus will tell you these things. Actually, before we do that, is there anything else you guys want to do before you return to the castle, before we talk with our NPCs there?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna get 3 belts created.
Nice.
Okay.
I like our normal noble fancy belts, but I want belts with extra straps. Okay. And I want these
Strappy
straps to be made so that I can put a candle in each side of my fucking belt and light them and have them stick out from my body and be lit.
So you want like something that dangles at your side that you could slot a candle in and light it on fire.
Yes.
So that way you can walk with candles glowing around your side.
Exactly.
You're not I think this is a dangerous thing. I think you're going to set your clothes on fire with this.
No, because we'll have a special belt made that will angle the candles away from our body.
So the candles will be angled like this. Like out away from
Yeah, that way, like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slot
It's
them
a
in.
utility belt, Koibu.
Yeah, it's a utility belt, 100%.
So one of the ways that candles work, one of the major principles by which candles work is that they're vertical, and as they melt, there's like a pocket of wax that sits, and then it burns through that wax, which uptakes the wick. If you have it at an angle, all of the wax that melts is going to just rip off. If you hold the candle at its side, you're going to burn that candle down. I don't know how much faster, but it's significantly faster than if you would just hold it straight vertically. So what candles are you planning on putting in there?
Okay, that was Mr. Moon's idea. It's a bad idea. I agree. We're done.
It
He
wasn't-
wanted me to suggest it. He was too embarrassed to say, but okay. What else are we doing?
He's cringe.
Did anyone else have anything else?
Just seeing if I need to pick up any spell components. Okay, don't need spell components for water breathing. Lightning bolts. I need a bit of fur and like a glass rod.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of fur. You can get a rod.
The glass rod gets used up, does it?
I don't think
In
so.
this spell or not?
For lightning bolt?
Yeah.
I don't think the component. Ooh, God, they are.
It doesn't say that it's not used in the book, but I
Well,
do seem to remember it being. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get like a collection of glass rods then.
Just ask Tyrael. I'm sure he has a bunch of sounding rods.
Okay.
A bunch of what rods, Mouton?
Sounding?
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
I get just a jar of molasses, Neal, like a pound of molasses to kind of slow with. Yeah?
Yep. Ooh,
Are you checking about the glass rod?
no, I'm checking about the armor that he wants. How long it's
Okay, sure, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And then suggestion needs.
Anyone else want some plate mail?
I think as a dex fighter, I don't think I want that, right?
Probably not, yeah.
Okay, so I get a pound of honeycomb and some snake's tongues. Is that straightforward enough to get hold of?
Snake's tongues, and what was the other thing?
Honeycomb. I know. Honeycomb.
Totally. Yep, no problem.
Snake's tongues. So I get. What's a reasonable amount of snake's tongues to get? Like 10 or more?
I mean, there's magic shops in town. You can have as many snake's tongues as you.
How many
want to
snake's
buy.
tongues in a pound?
Let's call them 10 to the pound, including the packaging that they come in.
10 ton. Oh.
Okay, so I get 10 snake's tongues.
So it's going to take 18 weeks at a minimum to make your armor.
Good. I want it to be embroidered with the symbol of Velthara, and I want that to be made out of. I want that to have gold lining at the very least.
So we'll probably take 24 weeks then, because you'll want someone to carefully decorate it in gold and make it nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are we planning to wait for that or just come back to it when it's
We'll
ready?
come back to that when it's ready.
Okay, how much does a glass rod for lightning bolt weigh? Or if amber or crystal is lighter, then I'll get that instead.
Glass is going to be easier to find because they can make those. Crystal is going to be more expensive. So is amber. And they're probably going to be limited on those fronts. They're probably all about the same weight. Glass might be a little bit more than
Just
amber.
happy for glass then. I mean, how much is it worth?
Glass rod for lightning bolts is probably about third of a pound, 3 to the pound.
I can also carry stuff if you
No,
want.
4 to the pound, because third is awkward.
4 to the pound.
Yeah, this is why you use a base 12 counting system, because then you can divide by 3 nice and easily.
By 3, 4, and 6, and 2, and 1.
It's so nice.
Do you want me
Okay,
to
so
carry
I've
it
got-
in my bag just as extra?
No, I'm alright for now. I've got 10 castings of suggestion, 12 castings of lightning bolt. As many I assume molasses. Like, I need a drop of molasses for slow, and I've got a pound of it, so I've basically got infinite castings of slow, right? Yeah. I'm going to get rid of my wooden stake and mallet now. Probably. I've got 9 live spiders left. I'll probably refresh my live spiders. Some of them probably died.
They're probably not live anymore. I don't know how long live spiders last, but they do have a tendency to run out.
Do you know what, Neal? Sorry, just on this last point. So a nice thing for this character sheet would be a better way of managing spell components.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that I can match them up to the spells and stuff like that.
dreams that you would have like a spell component entry on a spell, and it would link to a equipment section, and then you would be able to tell how many castings of each spell you have and pull stuff from it. But it gets a little bit complicated once. Like,
I might just go back to Excel. Maybe I'll make a page on Excel for my spells.
Yeah, these sheets are supposed to be for your convenience, and if they're not convenient, you have no obligation.
For something like Nap, the pebble that the caster has kept in his pocket for 7 nights, it can just be the same pebble forever, correct?
The pebbles
Go.
are consumed in the casting, so you know
Okay, I'll
you
just
just
have
keep
20
a few
pebbles
rocks in a
there.
pocket.
Yeah.
That'll only be an issue if you like lose components or whatnot.
Yeah, my rat is no longer with us, chat. He's gone.
Rip.
Oh, since we're here for 2 weeks, I would like to train a hawk with animal friendship.
We said 24 weeks for your armor, right?
Yeah. We're not waiting 24 weeks.
Right.
Obviously, but
I'm writing down on the date.
But I think we're here for 2 weeks, so I will be training a hawk. That's enough for 2 tricks. So 1 trick will be to fly around and scout, and report back.
Neal, do you want me to just take my wizard XP for these spells that I've learned now, just so we don't forget?
Please do,
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't level you
He's
up.
leveled up.
No, it isn't. 1200 XP though.
What other trick should I teach my hawk? You two?
Send letters. Like to just go to a faraway place and come back.
I think we'd have to take him to each place, but I think that could be done.
Well, I mean, he could. You're training him from Wickthron Renta, right? So you could probably train him to like
To go to Wickthon or Rent.
go to the palace. Yeah.
Okay, I'll teach him that as my other trick for the day. So we have scouting and then going back to Wickthron Castle to deliver a note.
So yeah, you'll need to practice in the castle to have the hawk be able to deliver notes here, and that's
Yep.
going to provide to be a little bit of an interesting thing because no one in the castle really knows of your plan, but they all know you're related to the queen. So you're going to need to find some way to devise an excuse for training your hawk to come back to like the aviary in the castle, because it's going to be a bit of an odd thing, and people are going to ask questions and national security and whatnot. You ask questions when people try and train animals to come into a castle.
Yeah, I'll just say I am setting up a Velthara temple, and we're teaching this hawk on how to do correspondence between Velthara temple that's going to come forth in the future and there. So we're getting him ready for that.
Yes, but why is the hawk coming to the castle?
Oh, fuck.
Why the...
Because I'm sure they'll want to have correspondence between me and my, aunt. We're pretty close. I love my aunt, and I love my family inside the castle. And I think it'll be nice.
So this hawk is here so you can deliver messages to your aunt quickly.
Yeah. Seems fair.
Yeah. All right. That doesn't seem too unreasonable. The person you're asking, or that is asking questions, one of the guards and probably the master of the aviary, are a little concerned, but they'll run it by your aunt just to make sure. You have things at face value, even from Gary's, especially.
You cut out.
Wait, yeah, your mic's not working.
Nothing.
No.
Now?
Yep.
Yeah. You've been cutting in and out a little bit all night, to be honest.
Wait, has it?
When you've been further away from your mic.
Oh.
Like the sensitivities detection is too high or something.
Can't hear you.
Still not?
Nope.
What?
Now you
Cursing
can.
wildly.
Yep,
There
I
we
can
go.
hear you now.
All right, there we go. The cable on my mic is dying, and I'm just lazy and not buying a new, like, $2.
As all, do you have a blue
Discord
mic?
users? Oh.
Yeah, I got a blue mic, but
Yep,
it's...
my blue mic cable dies all the time.
Yeah.
I have to buy a new one.
So they'll ask your aunt, she'll okay it, you'll get the training to do it, no problem. There's not a role to teach these tricks, is it?
No, it's magic. I can put it in the chat if you want, but it's magic.
No, I believe yeah, it's fine. I thought it was, I didn't think it required a check.
No, yeah.
I'll just check. Excellent. So, armor ordered. It'll take a while. Armor is also going to be pretty expensive. And up until now, you haven't done anything too pricey. At most, it's like hire a ship here, a few nights there, or drink at this place. But this armor is the first real expense you guys are going to be incurring here.
No, I'm probably gonna trade them a +1 sword or something. A priceless magic item for
Wait, for what are we
no.
turning for?
plate.
Oh.
The plate mail is like 900 gold, 90,000 copper to make. So that's a pretty large expense for the McGarry family, which had to get propped up with your mother's dowry from the queen. So if you guys want to purchase this nice fancy set of armor, we won't have to worry about it. But further high value purchases, we're gonna have to start digging into some finances on this.
Am I able to trade a +1 sword for this?
No, he needs money for the components, for the parts of the metal and everything. He would love a sword, but he needs the money to buy the metal and to pay his people and to do all the tools, and he needs the cash for it, unfortunately.
Well,
You could probably trade a sword to a fancy noble person for something they own, but for a regular person, that sword is now he needs cash to survive.
We'll pay the gold and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We probably won't have to worry about it unless there's another, you guys want to buy a ship or do something else super fancy. Then we can return to a financial discussion. I just don't want to drag us down with, penny pinching.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Cool. All right.
So, I guess, did Klutz have more info for us? 'Cause, I was going to tell the party about my new spell.
Yes, but you can tell your party first.
Okay, so I emerged from my room that I've been holed up in for about 2.5 weeks. Eyes, massive bags under my eyes, and I run into Anton and Tyrael downstairs and say, "Guys, I've had a breakthrough. I think that temple sunken below the waves. I think I've thought of a way so that we can breathe under the water for long enough to get down there."
Really?
How was that?
I've been studying. It's a temporary measure. It won't work once we leave the water, but should be able to steal the gills from a fish. Temporarily, of course.
How temporary are we talking here?
As soon as you leave the sea and enter back into the open air, the gills will fade and you'll return to breathing normally. But I think we have to be in the water to cast the spell. I'll cast it and then we'll all immediately dive under. We'll still have to swim.
I've heard of water breathing spells before. Are we not going to have to puke up the water with this spell?
No, this is something new. That book that we found, the first place we went, some of the techniques, it's not a spell from that book, but the way he casts his spells, the way the material components work, it's slightly different to the mainstream school of thought. And
age of magic.
Yeah, I had sort of the more traditional water breathing spell, I think the one that you're alluding to, written down somewhere, and I just made a few modifications. I think this should work for our purposes much more nicely.
So once we're underwater and we're breathing water, we can remain, as long as we remain underwater, it'll still take effect?
Yeah, we'll have to... We can do it more than once, right? So we can do it once, we can scout out the temple, and then we can do it for real and head down there once we know it's achievable to actually get to it.
What creatures do we think lurk down there? Can we fight effectively underwater? It would seem not.
I think you at least
can.
have a ring of freedom of movement, right?
Yeah, does a ring of free action, does that allow me to fight underwater unencumbered? Or
without penalties?
Yeah. I don't, but I could probably... Well, I probably can't cast spells. I'll probably be mostly useless down there, but hopefully you two could fight off any sharks or whatever.
We could go do that, or we could wait for one more ring of free action, and then we could all go down there unencumbered.
Yeah, do we know where there is another one?
I would have to consult with Claritus.
Let's I think.
Oh yeah, has Claritus given us any more information? Let's go talk to him and see what else they've found.
Vlad Ormore has a ring of free action.
So, when you go to Claritus, he is a little giddy. Not only does he gives you the information about the items that you got, and he comes to you with a new location. It appears that the Queen's new son-in-law has shared with the Queen some of the information he's developed over the years, some of the things he's seen. And Clortis has been informed of this stuff and put 2 and 2 together. The Queen's new son-in-law tells a story about this guy who had this sword that used to belong to this sheriff of this town way over on the far east side of Eredon. And this sword belongs to a well-known, what do you call him? Sheriff. His name was Tyrus Bellows. And this is one of the known to be most powerful swords in the land. And everyone had kind of their eyes on Tyrus because he's a foreigner who arrived on the shores of Eredon maybe a decade or so ago with a +5 sword.
Jesus.
And set up shop in this tiny little town. And everyone left him alone because when a stranger shows up with a +5 sword but is kind of chill, you don't fuck with him. Well, unfortunately, he died. A sad, ignominious death. And his +5 weapon was picked up by one of these traveling companions of the Queen's new son-in-law. Unfortunately, this man was turned to stone and dragged off into the demon city of Heatstroke in northeastern Eredon. It's suspected that in this demon city of Heatstroke, there is not only the +5 sword of Tyrus, but also a ring of truth and green naga hide armor, which is like scale mail, but it's magical. No one's quite sure where it is, but it's, some sort of magic armor.
It also sounds like the person who was wielding the sword is probably there, right?
Turned to stone with the gear. So you'd have to find a way to get the gear off of a petrified person.
Do we know his name?
But
The guy was the guy you mentioned.
man who was turned to stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a former archmage, a wizard kept by a baron in Misty Rapids by the name of Georg.
I don't know. Isn't Heatstroke pretty dangerous? I heard that place was overrun by demons even after the Queen's new fancy son-in-law went over there and fought a battle. The way I heard it, they didn't get all of them.
What does the Ring of Truth do?
It will let you know when anyone is lying. You'll hear like a ringing in your ears when anyone speaks false.
You're very pretty, Imric. Well, I don't think I'm personally ready for that one yet.
Yeah.
Well, how much is left in Heatstroke? Does this?
Well, no one knows. Like Heatstroke is.
Oh wait, this is before Demon Train, isn't it?
I think it's a ways before Demons Run, no?
So maybe this place is still overrun.
I gotta check my timelines. Yeah, this is before that.
So perhaps we should leave that for a later date.
Yeah.
Maybe we should head to this temple first. Cletus, what more can you tell us of the sunken temple off the coast of the Cape of Rohana?
His face crumbles. He's all excited. Demons. One of the most powerful swords people have known about. Its location a little bit lost as Eredon fell. Now it's been found. This is the thing that you'll... Oh, okay, fine. All right. Sure, it's a city filled with demons. I get it. You're not gonna... Okay. Right. The Sunken Temple. It was a temple to Nadinus, goddess of nature. And then it crashed beneath the waves and now sits well underground. Its approximate location can be found off the coast of Talushar. And what sort of information are you interested in?
How far down is it? What kind of creatures do we think live in the sea around there? How much would we be worried about the Akubans finding out what we were doing down there?
Well, its precise location is not known exactly, nor how deep it is. We know that the temple did exist and it sunk in this location. So the discovery of it will probably take some time. As for what creatures live in the sea, to be honest, I'm not sure about my Akuban aquatic creature information. It's possible. Well, no. It could be anything. I don't know what lives in the water over there. I would expect, at worst, you would run across a shark or a giant octopus, maybe some merfolk or sahuagin or sea elves or something like that. The real question is, if the temple is intact, it's probably been reclaimed by something. And if it's completely fallen apart and ruined, it's probably got nothing to reclaim it. So it's either intact and easier to find, but home to something by now, or ruined and hard to find, but more or less left alone. Those are my best guesses.
Do you think the whole thing will be under, like, is there likely to be pockets of air inside? I guess not. I probably need another ring of free action before we could venture there.
It's been a long time. It would have had to be, if there's pockets of air, there would have to be some sort of cause for that. Either someone creating it after the fact, or, you know, I always interpreted the sinking of the island as one of the acts of the gods during the breaking of the world, but perhaps it was gently lowered to the seafloor by Nadinus. If this was her sky temple, she might have taken care to see that it remained intact well below the surface.
How do you know of it? Is it a wizard? Has a wizard seen it with a scrying spell, or do you only read about it?
I've just read about it.
Can you tell me who the most powerful cleric is in Wicthron Verenta?
The High Cleric would be the most powerful one.
How powerful would you say they are, Claritas? Scale of 1 to 10.
9.
Jesus.
And they're a cleric of Martha. That's my guess.
Drekis. Ooh, doesn't say. No, a cleric of Nadinus is actually the ranking cleric in Wicthron Rorenta.
Sounds like it would be good to go talk to her then. Maybe she would even know.
I think, though, brothers, that either way, another ring of free action is going to be useful down there. And we know that this Vlad Ormar in the Draken Wastes has one.
Yes, I agree with that.
So perhaps we go there first. We get the second set of Gloves of War, the Boots of Speed, another ring of free action, and then we head down to the Sunken Temple.
You're okay with talking to the cleric, though, correct? Maybe she could convene with her god.
Of course.
While
yeah,
we're
of course.
off. Come back for more information.
You're probably best placed to discuss this with her.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, do we, in terms of what's reclaimed the temple, are there like our merfolk like well understood? Are these well known? Are these ancient rumored creatures or?
They're known to exist. They're strange fish people. There's not really a lot of communication with them. They're completely different biome. Not really much in the way of like relationships or trade. No one's even sure how their government works or if there is one. You know.
How do we communicate with them? Can we?
They speak the common tongue, it is said, but you know that will only be above water. Below water, they communicate in like clicks that you guys won't be able to understand.
Okay.
Are they ever slaved? Are there any stories of like really rich noble people having like an aquarium with like a mermaid in it or anything, or is this rare or never happening?
There are stories of enslaved merfolk or sentient sea creatures. These things are known to happen occasionally. If you would like, Claritas can dig around and see if you can find any information on where such a thing might be.
Could be interesting to maybe.
It would have to be a werewolf from near the Cape of Rohana, though.
Maybe we break one out, bring them back, and then that's our inn, because I'm sure that merfolk are going to be near there. Maybe they could even help us if we reclaim one of their own. Also be a good deed. But
If we have more time, perhaps I could learn a spell that would allow us to speak with them. Maybe even summon one to us.
yeah, if you could look into that, Cartos, I think that would be most useful.
Yeah, he will look into tales of enslaved merfolk. Such a creature is truly a prize, and anyone who has one would want people to know because it's going to be a symbol of like power and prestige to do such a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's it, brothers, I'll go over and talk to the cleric of Nadinus.
Indeed.
If either of you want to come along, you may. If not,
I shall see to my books. Tyrell, maybe we'll accompany you.
Yeah, I can go with you.
sure. We'll give Cartos a wave and head off.
Okay. Cleric of Nadinus. 5, 4. No.
Brother, maybe you should try to see if you could become our aunt with the hat.
Why would I want to impersonate the queen?
Yeah, that's a capital offense. You impersonate the queen any way, place, anytime. They hunt you down and kill you for that. You might be able to get away with it,
Yeah.
but like,
But in real life, you would. Yeah.
yeah, that's a capital offense. That shit can't go down.
I'm sure you could. Never mind. It was more in jest.
If you have a death wish, brother, then feel free to
No.
walk around impersonating whatever royalty you wish.
Well, I impersonate myself.
What are we off to the cleric for? What do you wish to speak about?
We're gonna see if she knows anything about Nadinus' fallen sky temple. If she knows any more of the whereabouts, if she knows how it was fell. Maybe she could talk to the god and see why it was fallen, if we shouldn't go there, stuff like that.
How do you feel about your relationship right now with Velthara? I feel as though you had some unanswered prayers back there when we were slaying those vampires. Does it give you pause at all?
I think not. It actually seems like they were answered. Sometimes answers aren't always with audible recognition. Sometimes actions and stuff like that are answers. So
Funny
seems
how
like
that
my
always
prayers
seems.
were answered after all.
Funny how that always seems to be the case with these gods, huh?
Well, I'm sure if you talk bad enough about them, they'll smite you down and show you that they are indeed real.
If they smite me the same way that they tried to smite those vampires, I guess I'm not too afraid at all, but we'll see.
Well, seeing as Cassandra has not come back, it seems to have worked.
Are we just walking to the temple?
Yeah, the High Cleric resides within the castle.
Wait, how
so
far away is this?
Wait, let me tell you the legend of Daff.
How far away is this temple?
It's within the castle confines, so you'll just like walk down some halls, hundreds of feet away.
Oh, okay. As we walk down a hall, can I tell my brother that I need 1 second? I need to use the restroom?
Yeah.
There must be like a chamber somewhere for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I tell him that I want to wait a minute and then I'd want to turn the corner. Can I turn into Cassandra with my hat of disguise? I want to round the corner and I want to use my cloak of the cheetah and then I want to use my boots to move at incredible speed and I want to leap and jump and attack my brother. Can I do that?
Yes. MrMouton, roll me a 1d10 for surprise.
Oh, I would say I'm surprised.
One on it as well.
Can I just agree that I'm surprised?
Sure.
This would be surprising. Yeah, I'll give him that.
You are surprised. Make your attack.
What do I roll? I'm just going to roll my warblade.
Yeah.
You're not attacking with the war.
Oh,
No,
yourself
not
at
attacking
him.
with the warblade. I would like to screech and scream like Cassandra did. My claws out, ready to tear his face apart.
Yep.
Looking to get stabbed here, Tyrell.
I don't think I'd
Yeah.
have my swords in the castle. I will just scream and cry for Velthara's help. Please help me, brother! And I'll try to like
You're
fend him back and like push him
Echo
off.
through the walls. Armed guards, you can
I,
hear jingling down the hallway in your direction.
I will. I'll crawl off of him, laughing on my side.
That's
and
not
then-
a funny joke, Tyrael.
I thought you were so sure that your god had
Pat off
slain the
myself.
vampire. Why are you so still afraid, my brother? Do you think Velthara looks down upon your fear and your lack of faith in her? him?
She has. However, when something shows up like that, it obviously makes you question reality.
Okay. I
And
hope
I'll
you don't ever
storm off
lose
to
that.
Nadinus's.
I hope you don't lose that questioning aspect of yourself, brother. I'll shout down to him, and then I'll catch up.
The guards and knights in the castle who see this, come around the corner looking for the combat, the danger, the screams, and they see the McGarrys joking amongst themselves. And they roll their eyes, and one of the knights comes up to you and says, we take security very seriously in this castle. Your behavior is not becoming of a man of your stature and position.
Of course, I'm sorry. It was a test of faith. It was crucial to my brother's development as a cleric, but we'll try to keep these activities outside of the castle walls from now on.
He scoffs at you, derision clear in his voice as he storms off.
I give a very exaggerated bow.
Taunt him to his back. Well, the McGarry family reputation is secure as troublemakers. There's no way in hell you guys are up to anything important if you're just dicking around in the castle. Anyway, you make your way to the High Cleric, and you can find her.
Greetings, Cleric of Nadinus.
Mother Lorraine, please.
Mother Lorraine, it is I. What would I be? Do they call each other like father, or would you just be brother?
If you are a cleric, you are father. If you are a priest, you are brother.
You can call me Father Anton. I am in need of your service, Mother Lorraine.
Mm-hmm. Please. I'm always happy to help out members of the gentry, she says, referring to the lowest status of noble. Which is technically what you guys are, but it's sort of like rubbing salt in the wounds.
Am I not cleric first?
Of course.
Oh.
I'm always happy to help another member of the faith.
Maybe we could speak in a back room. It is of something prying ears maybe shouldn't hear. I'll look around.
Her face furrows, and she will take you to the depths of the temple, of like a small temple here, and into a private room. Are you bringing your brothers, or is it just you two?
It is just me.
Okay.
The other brother fucked that opportunity up.
All right. Well, it's just the two of you now.
Wait, am I still with it, or am I just waiting in the main temple?
You're waiting.
You're waiting.
Okay.
I recently heard about, I was poring over the books of the faith, and I heard that there was a great sky temple of Nadinus. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes. A long, long, long time ago, before the world was ripped asunder, before the great canals were created, before the shallow sea was breached, there was a sky temple to Nadinus near Akuba.
Yeah, in my studies, I've heard that it would be somewhere near Leech Island, and I was wondering if you've ever communed with Nadinus or have heard about it. Did she drop it in the water with care, or was it, thrashed about, like thrown in?
Unfortunately, it was broken asunder. Part of the reason the gods broke apart the world was for the retaliation of the arrogance of men and women, people. And the old clerics of Nadinus, I am ashamed to say, were no better than those of Malchus or Astaire or Martha Verassi. They too sought to reach higher than possible, and for their hubris, they were smitten to the sea. I expect it to rest upon the floor of the ocean in ruins and tatters.
Interesting. Do you think there would be some artifacts there worth recovering? Or do you think it should be left alone? Do you think Nadinus would smile on someone for attempting to recover what was once lost?
She thinks... Well, I can't imagine anything being fully intact after all this time, although the bottom of the ocean is a pretty gentle place. I don't know how she would view people I don't know what has become of the temple. It's probably well out of her reach by now. Probably no longer a part of her domain. I doubt she would have any strong feelings towards it.
Interesting. Do you know of anything? Do you know of any merfolk or anything that would be near there in the ocean? Nadinus, out of character. Nadinus is the goddess of like light, or of like animals and stuff, correct?
Yeah, nature.
Nature?
Generally, your primary nature goddess.
So she might. So I'll ask. Like, do you know of any? Do you know what would be near there? Whether it be ferocious beasts, kind mermaids, kind merfolk. Have you heard of anything like that?
Why are you... Perhaps if I knew the purpose of these questions, I would be able to give you more clear and direct answers.
I have recently just, as I said, gone across in my studies about the Sundering. I found a book, and in the book it was talking about this great sky temple. And I wouldn't say that it's my hubris, but out of just so much curiosity to what happened, and I kind of want to visit it. I think it would be good for just general knowledge. A pilgrimage, you would say, I guess, but not to my god.
Cleric of Veracity making a pilgrimage to an
Velthara.
ancient fallen... I'm sorry, yeah, a cleric of Velthara making a pilgrimage to an ancient temple of Nadinus?
Well, the gods wrathed revenge onto the people, so it's piqued my interest how much revenge was sought, and I guess why. Maybe there's more answers to what the gods truly needed revenge on there for.
I suppose. The denizens of that region are unknown to me. I could spend some time... I mean, the gods have generally hidden their reasons, saying no more than hubris and arrogance of people. I suppose I could ask Nadinus.
If you wouldn't mind, I would be of the utmost curiosity. As you know, Velthara, goddess of revenge, this is something that I feel like I was tasked with finding out.
Well, come back tomorrow, and I'll have some more information for you then.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So she will gather some information for you.
Pretty
And
good
when you
save, yeah?
speak to her, yeah, when you speak to her the next day, she will tell you that she has spoken with Nadinus, and to her surprise, the temple, although much ruined, still stands and has been reclaimed in part by a group of merfolk.
Did she say if the merfolk were dangerous? I have personally never met a mermaid. I assume that there's nothing to fear. You know, I'm a human, you're a human, there's dangerous humans. I would assume there's some nice mermaids, dangerous ones.
Similar, yes. Although strange creatures, how do we say? Were a merfolk to walk upon land and walk into your city, where no merfolk has ever walked before, I'm sure you would be curious as to its presence. But presuming that you mean them no ill will, I see not why they might fail you, might harm you.
Well, I thank you very much. If I do end up visiting it, is there anything that you might want brought back from the temple? Anything Nadinus maybe told
If
you
the
about?
merfolk
maybe
have
heard?
taken it over, then it is their temple now, and removal of anything from it would be, not quite sacrilegious. What's the term? Well, possibly sacrilegious to the merfolk and sacrilegious to Nadinus. If it's an active temple, any removal of any component would be defilation of it.
Do you
I
think the
wouldn't think
merfolk follow Nadinus? Or do you think
Most
that...
certainly,
Most certainly?
yes.
Interesting. Well, my goal will not be to harm the temple or harm the merfolk in any way. Just merely visit, and if there are items that
Nor the removal of any.
No. Nor the removal of anything without express permission from the merfolk or Nadinas. I will not be stealing from the temple.
Well then, I wish you good luck on your adventure, and if you bring back any news or any information about the sundering of the world, do let us know.
I will do. Thank you, Mother. Do a curtsy and head out.
Okay.
Tell me when I see my brother, Tyrael, as well.
I'll just
Yeah,
be
you'll
sitting
see
in the
your brother
temple.
later.
Yeah.
Tyrael, let's go.
I stand and take his side and leave.
As we're walking out, I will cast Hold Person on him.
Do I just get
Give me a saving throw versus spell.
-2.
At -2.
-2?
Because I'm
Yeah,
also
because-
casting on a 1 person.
Yeah. Spell. You are held. You can kill him now if you want, and there's nothing he can do to resist.
Hold on. My ring of free action doesn't help against this, does it?
Oh!
yeah.
That's it. Being held.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Fail your save, but you
I will
are not
stop for a
held.
moment, and I will pretend to be held.
I don't think it would dawn on me.
Excuse me, brother.
Do not mess with the power of Velthara, for she is mighty. And I'll walk like away.
I raise my hand and I start speaking. What is that? Do I hear Velthara speaking to me? Have you blessed me with the ability to break the spell? And then I take one powerful step forward and begin walking towards my brother in a very daunting manner. Brother, Velthara commands me. She tells me to take vengeance upon my own flesh and blood that tried to hold me. What am I to do, brother?
Anton is definitely, what's the word? Confused. No, confused. He's like, what? How is he walking? Is Velthara actually telling him to wrought vengeance upon me? And he'll just give him a confused stare.
Well,
I
think
walk
that'll
up to
wrap us
him.
up for this.
Before I wrap my arms around, I give him a big hug.
A hug back, I guess. Awkward hug, confused hug.
And I say, these magical
Jeez.
rings sure are something, aren't they? And then we continue on out of the castle, I guess.
All right. I think that'll wrap us up for the day. When we come back next week, it sounds like we're going to the Sunken Sky Temple.
I think we're doing the Breckenridge first.
Yeah, to get the ring of
To
reaction.
get the Ring of Free Action, then to the Sky
Oh.
Temple, probably a few weeks
It-
after.
Also, what's the deal with casting verbal components underwater? If you can breathe underwater through gills, does that mean that you can't cast underwater anyway?
Correct. You still need it's the sound, it's not the breathing, and you can't make the sounds while underwater.
And there's no spells that do that, is there?
Aren't there spells in 5e? There was like a some type of quick cast or something that allowed you to cast without uttering a verbal component. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, there is. It's like it's a sorcerer thing,
Yeah.
but I don't
Mhm.
think
Yeah, it's not here in 2e. I think
just because there's not a single spell that doesn't have verbal components, at least not on my list.
sounds like you're
Do
kinda
I have
screwed.
any as well? I don't think I have one without a verbal component.
Or a
either.
subtle spell might have been it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Vico had it.
Yeah, everything. We
Yeah.
just call him Torpedo.
Okay, what if you go underwater? Okay, have you guys all
Yeah.
seen SpongeBob SquarePants? Yeah,
Yeah.
go underwater, breathe in some water, and then bring your head out, and then with water filling your lungs, put a big glass jar on your head, like what Sally has from, or Sammy? What's the name of the squirrel?
Sandy.
Sandy, yeah, like Sandy, there. And then you can go underwater, you can speak into your big fucking bubble helmet.
Well, how do I get?
The weird buoyancy issues that will create, and the lack of being able to see, then you wouldn't be in water for the verbal component.
Yeah, but how do you get the glass jar down into the water without it filling with water?
Well,
Oh,
turn
you'd
upside
put it-
down.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that thing. And then you'd get
The
like
issue is
a
that you
wrap.
would quickly run out of air at that point in the glass jar.
We'd fill your
and-
lungs with water first for the water breathing spell. As long as your lungs are full of water, it should continue to work.
And
Well,
then you
this
have
spell gives us gills, so I'd be able to breathe out my neck
Oh.
while speaking through my mouth.
Oh, well, there you go.
The
Right.
the real issue here is going to be the awkward vision of being inside like a glass thing underwater, plus the weird buoyancy effect, because that's going to want to pull up. So you'd need a way to keep it like on you, perfectly level the whole time, and still weighted down. I think it's going to be a technological
Wait, so
feat
you're
outside the capability of this.
Yeah.
you're saying
okay.
that there's 0 spells underwater then?
No, I don't think so. Unless you've got any that are non-verbal.
I no.
Yeah.
I'm saying
yeah.
for land-based creatures,
Uh-huh.
it's not going to work. But sea-based creatures,
They can do it.
they learn their spells with the sounds that you would need to make underwater. Their spells are created or learned in the way to do it like that. So a merfolk who comes onto land wouldn't be able to cast any spells if it was a clerical merfolk,
Yeah.
for example.
What if I was able to speak Merfolk? Could I then cast my spells using their words, or is it? It's not working.
Oh yeah, what if you speak tongues?
I mean, tongues had run out by the
You can
time I
only
was in the
use
temple
magic when
anyway.
you cast.
Yeah.
Anyway, so no, I think you would basically have to like relearn spells as a water caster from someone who would cast spells underwater to begin with.
Can you do scrolls underwater? Probably
They-
not.
They require
They
verbal.
get wet.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
have to read them out. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why we have fighter levels.
Yep. Well, I've got the magic missile wand as well. It's not terrible.
We're also not gonna fight any mermaids, I don't think. I think we're just gonna bring back a slave mermaid, and that will be our inn.
Aren't you looking for like hugely powerful holy relics? You think that's
Yeah.
worth one merfolk's life?
What is a life worth to you, Koibu?
What's a life worth compared to? What are you looking for down there?
I want to be able to talk to my god, and I think
Circlet
Nick
of
wants.
insight.
Yeah, Nick needs the.
Glasses of the Arcanist.
Yeah.
And there's
Circlet
something
of
else.
insight, which
And I-
increases your wisdom, doesn't it?
To 18, and I get to talk to my god. It said
What do the glasses of the Arcanist do, Neal?
18 in.
Is it?
Why don't we get to all of these questions another time? I believe
Yeah, okay.
next week we'll be in the Draken Wastes looking for the tomb of Vlad or more.
Yeah.
True.
Sounds good.
All right.
We will come to this screen. All right. Well, Koibu, where can they find you next?
You guys can find me on twitch.tv/Koibu on Saturday for some shenanigans. And I think tomorrow, which is Friday, we're going to do some ballot-related streaming. Because we've got our mail-in ballots here, and we're going to take a look at all the propositions and talk about how you can effectively read upcoming legislation and how to, make decisions on this shit rather than just trusting some random opinion that you read on the internet.
Nick.
On Twitch at AG_Greenzerg, and on Saturday I'm going to be playing board games on Tabletop Simulator with Greg, Sean, and Faye from our other D&D show that I do with Neal on Sundays called Legends of Arcadia.
What are gigs?
Minecraft's coming up, so we're gonna be playing that soon, and MoutonMerch.com. I'll link it in the chat. Thanks.
All right, cool. I am going to be covering the debates in like 50 minutes with Ben Swan on a Russia Today show, so that should be fun. And
Nice.
yeah, we'll be doing that tonight. And yeah, otherwise we'll be back next week, same time, maybe. Does this time work out better for you, Nick?
It's kind of much of a muchness to me. Works fine for me, yeah.
I like
Okay.
this time.
Are you okay
Yeah,
with this
okay.
time, Koibu?
Later is better for me, but I can do this. It's not unreasonable.
Okay, we might change this from 12 to 4 just to get it up early. We're all happier in the morning, so maybe we'll see. But I don't know what message group. But otherwise, we'll be back normal time next week. Here's a Patreon if you guys want to suggest questions or names or anything for magical items or families that we run into. You can
Just
always
support too.
or yeah, just support too. Thanks a lot, guys. Love you all very much, and we will be back next week. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.